What's going on, Quest 2 community? For some of you, good morning. For some of you, good afternoon. And for some of you, good evening, as in maybe in Europe. And it's, 5 or 6 p.m. over in for our European friends. And we're doing a little impromptu live chat on a Saturday afternoon here where I am. And we just wanted to come on and we wanted to be able to number one, have some people on here who have not been able to be on before because of time zone issues, because we usually go on 9 p.m. on a Thursday, which, in a European time zone is, sometimes, early morning, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. So we want to do a few of these every once in a while so we can definitely speak to some of our members and friends that are in different time zones in the chat, and then we can have a few people on that I'm going to introduce right now, which is I'm going to introduce Key Bennett. He's one of our moderators in our group. Key, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, thanks, Eric. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Having a good Saturday afternoon here, and it's a beautiful day in upstate New York, and we're getting to our fall season. Leaves are starting to change, and it's my favorite time of the year, man.
Fall season over here.
Oh, really? No fall? Oh man. We'll also say hi to Nick Quinn. Nick Quinn, how you doing this morning, man? You feeling okay?
Guys. Yeah.
You feeling okay this morning?
Still a little early for me. It ain't quite fall yet. It's still hotter and shit outside, but we're getting there. But yeah, good morning, Eric. Good morning, Key. How are you guys doing? Or afternoon, I guess it is, or for you, Key, the evening maybe.
Yeah. What time is it, Key, in England?
Just after 5 p.m.
Yeah, so just after 5 p.m. and that's one of the big reasons we had to do. We want to do these things, and we've got an interesting topic today. We are going to make our consensus top 25 all-time Quest games. So we are going to each put a list out there of what we think our top 25 games are, and then we are going to basically fight each other to see what we think belongs on that list and where. So, but let's say hi to the chat. We got some people in the chat already, man. This is awesome. We got James Jacobs here, Radio Runt. Good morning, my friend.
Morning, Radio Runt.
Another beautiful day in Idaho. Radio Runt just moved from California to Idaho. He's basically been in this house for maybe a week or so. New house.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Hey, and Todd Jackson is here from golfing. Todd, you're on the golf course? Are you watching live from the golf course? It's
catching his live show while getting in a few rounds.
Yeah, Todd wanted to be here today, but he's like, "Oh, sorry guys, I got to go golfing." He's got priorities, man.
Looks like Benny joined us.
Hey, Benny's here. How you doing, my friend? And we got Kevin Mars is here. Technoglitch. How you doing,
hey,
Technoglitch? Good morning, man. It is awesome to see you. And hey, here we go. Ready? Denise Detlap is here. Good morning, Denise.
You sure it's not D-Nice?
Yeah, it could be D-Nice.
Larry Kirk joined us again. I think he was here with us last time we were on.
He was. It is. Yeah, I'm waiting on Larry Kirk's key too. By the way, I talked to Larry the other day. Remember we talked about the Arcaxer guys are sending Larry a key. We just got to double check on that so we can get his key to him. Went through another round of calls last night at. Not calls, but messaging last night at 1:30 in the morning. I went through, and we now have I have 50 people contacted, and out of our top 100 to get them their games. And I am happy to say that a lot of people got back to me either last night or first thing this morning. So I am almost done with my 50, Nick. And you know what that means.
It's almost time for my 50.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I can't wait.
I'm going to vote that the next one we do, when we give away 200 keys for the 200,000 members, Key does them all.
Whoa, keys. About 200 keys.
We'll call it keys. What do you think?
I mean, everyone will have the keys within 3 days of it's me doing it, though. We all know this.
Key just puke a whole bunch of keys out there. Here you go. Here's 100 keys. Whoever takes them fastest gets them. But yeah, good morning, everybody. Thanks for being here. I know it's a weird time of day for some, not for others, but for some. So I appreciate everybody being here. And
say
and this
hello
is awesome.
To a couple more of our friends in chat. We got Jason Ward joining us. Jason's one of our members who's come up with some pretty unique stuff for accessories on the Quest, some golfing stuff, some driving stuff.
Yeah.
Looks
Jason,
like
we were
go
Jason. I
ahead.
was using your stuff last night, Jason. I was doing some contractors play with Todd and Techno Glitch and Radio Runt, and Nick ended up going out. He was going to try with us, but he ended up having another engagement and had to go out. But we got in there last night and we played for probably over an hour with people in and out, and I ended up having to leave for a little bit too. But it was fun, and I used that gun stock again, and man, I was headshotting people from across the map with that gun stock.
How are you liking that in contractors? That's one of the games I haven't tried that out in yet.
It's so easy in contractors. The Sandlockie one I had was just clunky. It was tough to use. It never lined up perfectly the way I wanted it to. The hands weren't exactly right when you're trying to line your hands up with the controller and trying to control, have the, like your hand would be off the gun when you put it on, and it would never snap back to the gun. With this, as soon as I grip the stock of the weapon, it snaps right to the weapon with that
magnet on it.
With the magnet, yeah. So it's intuitive. There's nothing special about the way it's not like it's calibrated at anything special. I just think the way your hands are closer together, it just snaps right to you. You don't have
a lot better.
I think when your hands are farther apart with a full size gun stock, you have to worry about alignment, and that's why they have calibration issues. With a short gun stock, when my hands are right here, you don't need it, but I still get the stability. My hands, you're not all over the place with two separate controllers trying to make a shot. You know what I mean? My hands are static right here. They don't move. And it works great, man. I was using the M14 yesterday, and I was nailing people.
Now, do you use the retractable lanyard that comes with it, or do you just kind of hold it?
I haven't yet. I haven't hooked that part up with it yet, but I probably will eventually. I'm not going to lie. I was playing seated last night, so I didn't have to worry about it.
Well, we all have those moments.
Yeah. But normally I do play contractor standing because you really do with contractors because you got to be able to lean in and out. You want to be able to duck. There's really not a duck button, right? I don't think there's a duck button, right?
I don't think there is.
No, there's no crouch button, which they should have a crouch button. But anyway, they don't have a crouch button. So normally I stand because there's a lot of crouching in that game, especially when you're doing.
Where's my how dare you?
Yeah, right. We need Roots' button. Nick, you got it shared all over the place, right?
I do. Awesome. I got it in our Discord, and it's pinned up on our page at the top of the page.
So let me introduce Key Bennett again. Key Bennett is he is our probably our main moderator. So we have a few of us that handle other things in the group. You know what I mean? So, and Key does too, but moderation is pretty much his main suit. He's very, very good at it. He had a background in moderation before he even came to us. So he's just been really, really good at it. Key does a lot of interaction too with some of our product manufacturers. So Key works closely with KIWI Designs, which he can show off his shirt he's wearing right now. Yeah, that looks good, man. Looks good. I went with the black one. But I like the white one too, man. The white one shows the logo, I think, a little bit better. But yeah, so yeah, Key does a lot. He works with a lot of our new moderators, and he kind of oversees them and helps them and brings them along. Trying to just give them an ear to talk to, and when they have questions, and he kind of wrangles them all in for us, just because we're so busy with other things. It's tough for us to really do that, and we just want to say thank you to Key for doing all that, man. And like I said, Key keeps us safe when we're sleeping, so I feel so much better because he's always awake. When I'm sleeping, he's up moderating, which I love. Key, man, tell us a little about yourself and tell us how you came to the group and how you came to be a moderator.
Yeah, so I came. It was when you first put out looking for moderators. Was it March? I want to say sometime around then. Just after the holidays. Help with the community more than anything, just help keep the spam out and keep it growing. And basically, me and Nick ended up joining at the same time, and we ended up pushing more and trying to get more giveaways and stuff like that, and just cut down all of the spam that was getting posted. Because back then there was quite a lot of fake accounts getting in on the same stupid videos that no one wants to see on Facebook. So it was sorting that out. And over time, as we've grown and we've all started to branch out to do our things, I work with KIWI mainly are our sort of like main guys. I work closely with them to find out what new products are coming out, to let you guys know what's coming out, doing their giveaways and stuff. Like we currently have a KIWI giveaway going on for the new Elite straps that they're doing. They're giving away 3 of them to you guys. And yeah, now it's getting all the new moderators and teaching them the ways of when to know it's a joke, when to know that people are having a laugh, they're not being malicious as such.
Yeah, because moderation is not because moderation is not easy. It's not always a cut and dry. I'm taking you out. I'm taking this out. You have to read into what people are saying, and you have to understand whether it's somebody just trying to make an innocent joke, or if it's somebody trying to be malicious. And context is not an easy thing. And and then we have our own set of rules. Facebook has their set of rules that we have to abide by, and we would probably abide to most of those anyway. But then we have our own set of rules that we have to abide by. So it's not an easy thing to do, and especially when you get new moderators coming in, it's difficult, and you have to. It's never cut and dry. You have to go through a lot of things, and
there's questions that can be asked, but even with, people like Todd and Eric who have been doing this for a long time, when we came in and joined, we'll ask a question and things still have to be discussed because it's not always, like you said, clean cut and dry. It's debate. Who's in the wrong, who's in the right. Moderation's not an easy thing. There's a lot of gray area.
Gray area, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And we don't ever want to stifle people. That's one of our biggest things. You have to control what goes on in the group, and to protect the members. But we don't want to stifle people either. So it's a slippery slope, and that you have to balance very, very, very carefully. And Key does a great job with it. He really does. He puts a lot of time into it. And then don't let him be bashful and just say it's KIWI. Key works a lot with SideQuest as well, and we're going to have some stuff coming down the pike that we're going to be doing some collaboration with SideQuest and Orla and Shane Harris. And if they're watching, we're going to say hi to them. How you guys doing? And we can't wait to continue and do some cool stuff. And Key has been a integral part and setting that up for us with SideQuest.
He does deal with not just SideQuest, not just KIWI, but Key also talks to developers. He's on good terms. He's in several Discords, good terms with the top golf developers, several other developers too. So
Absolutely.
Key's not only our Serif mod, but he also deals with quite a few of our other contacts that we deal with too. So Key's kind of an all around guy, which is fantastic for what we need.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We appreciate it.
I just like
so, guys, yeah, right. He does too, because he's all the time saying, "Guys, he's like, guys, I just want a mod, man. Let me mod." He loves it.
And then I see someone like, "Oh, they've reached out to me. We're gonna have to review it."
Yeah, right. I know. Yep. So let's. I know that we got some people waiting, and I just want to say hi to a couple more people that stopped in. We got Jacobo Gonzalez Yasp. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. How are you doing today? And Larry Kirk says, "Respect each other." Hell yeah, man! It's a good word for all of society, not just our Facebook group.
Techno Glitch over there wants to know what you're smoking, Key.
Tech is always funny. He was asking Anthony the other night what he was drinking.
Yeah, he was actually. Wasn't he?
Yeah. Key, what'd you say? You're only smoking the good stuff? Technoglitch says he's monster drinks and Philly blunts.
That's the way to go.
Too funny. So yeah, guys, let's talk top 25. That's going to be our main focus today. Again, we wanted to do this chat. We're going to do some of these, impromptu chats on, weekends where we can do an afternoon chat every once in a while, just so we can hit some of the members who are not able to be here at my night time, or 9 p.m. my time, which is Eastern time. So we wanted to do this one. We're going to do a top 25. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Not too long ago, we gave out our top 5, myself and Todd and Nick, and we weren't able to get Key in there at that time. But now we want to give a top 25, and this is something I think when we get this top 25, we are going to post it in the group, and we will have it in our topics for anybody to see who's new coming into the group. And this is going to be what we three consider a consensus of the top 25 games. So if somebody comes in and they're new to Quest and they say, what do I buy? What should I play? Now they're going to have a definitive list. And then we're going to fight over it, guys. We're going to fight over it.
Well, it's a lot of games out there, so
I already yeah, you were kind of cutting out there, Key. I didn't hear exactly what you said, but I already know that we're going to fight over pretty much every rhythm game that you bring up. I guarantee it.
I'm pretty sure we were talking about Synth Riders the other night, and I can almost guarantee that's going to be at least on Key's list, probably on Eric's list. I don't think that would make my 25 list. I'm sorry, guys.
Made my list. Made my top 25. I'm going to give you one hint. I'll give you one hint about there's two games that made my top 25 that I would consider rhythm games, and Beat Saber ain't one of them.
Yeah.
Not wearing my Skrillex shirt tonight, friends.
Did you burn it or you still got it?
No, I'm going to save it for next week. I'm going to save it for next week to burn it.
Techniglitch wants to make sure that your Yuki is not your number one.
It is not my number one, but you'll be surprised. Let's get into it. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to give out my top 25 list in no particular order. I'm just going to throw it out there, okay? And then Key is going to put his top 25 list out there. I'm going to write it down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take those numbers and we're going to just hammer them out until we can, the three of us, until we can get a top 25 together. And then we'll sit there and we'll put them in order. But let's and we want to hear from you guys too. There's people out there. You guys are out there. As we're talking about this, give us some of your games that if you don't hear a game that's not on there, give us a game that you think should be on there, and we'll get it on there. Todd Jackson says Returnal better not be on there.
Yeah.
If I could play it in VR, even if I had to Vorpex it, it would be on there.
Can you Vorpex that? Do they have a mod to play Returnal in VR?
Not that I've heard of, but I mean, it's something I'm sure I could probably look at and try.
That would totally make your number one right there. I guarantee.
It would. It would. But this is going to be Quest only. So this is not going to be any PC VR. This is going to be Quest only. So this is just what you're able to play standalone. Now many of these games can be played standalone and PC VR, but if they can only be played PC VR, they are not on this list. So this
now
is
you
PC
also
VR or standalone only.
App Lab as well as Quest Store games.
Sure, okay. It's a legitimate Quest Store game. I don't consider that. There's no App Lab game that. Well, that's not true. Okay. Yes. I'm just going to say that. Yes, we will consider them because I think an App Lab game did make my top 25.
Nice. Well, there's a lot of good games on App Lab too that are just itching to get out onto the Quest Store. So, it's not surprising to have App Lab games on your 25. And
oh yeah, sure. I can tell you this: one of the App Lab games, there was one of the games that it's very high on my list was an App Lab game for a certain period of time, and they just recently got out of the App Lab and on the Quest Store, and it's pretty high on my list. So
yeah, I know which game that is.
All right. So what do you think, guys? You want to get into this? Let's start. You want me to go first? You want me to go first with my 25?
Let's hear it.
All right, and this was not easy, guys. I'm going to tell you right now. I had made a list of it was probably like about 35 to 40 games because it was such. Once you start putting games out there, you don't want to leave games off. You're like, I love this game. It should be top 25, but then you have to take something else off, and you're like, well, I don't want to take that off because that deserved to be on there. So this is not easy. And if you think this is easy, go ahead and try and make your top 25 and see if you can do it because it's not easy. And there's a lot of good games out there. There's a lot of games that I wanted on this list that I had to leave off. And I'm probably once I give you my list, you guys out there are going to go, wait a minute. Why isn't this on there? Well, trust me, I probably had that conversation with myself last night about 10 times. Okay, so don't give me a hard time. No,
Jacob's wanting to know if this also includes side quests too. So I'm guessing does it?
Yeah, okay. It's any way you can play standalone. So even like the Doom 3 mod that you can play in VR, I would consider that part of it.
Yeah, because you can play it standalone.
Because you can play a standalone in VR. You have to side quest it, but you don't have to have a computer to side quest anymore either. So it's not necessary. I mean, you can. There's the ways around it that you can get it without having to have a computer. So yeah, for sure. Todd Jackson says Township Tale. I'm going to tell you last night. I contacted another 25 people last night, and I gave out some keys. 3 people picked Township Tales last night.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I still have a ton of games left. I mean, we've only ran out of 3 titles so far of games.
That's
and that was just because we only had some limited keys. Yeah, we're already out of Pop 1. We're already out of Pistol Whip, and we are already out of In Death Unchained.
very popular games.
Oh, and was Warhammer just 1 key? I think we're out of Warhammer. We're out of Warhammer too. Warhammer, we only had 1 key for Warhammer, so we're out of that one. Okay, here we go, guys. Ready?
What's your
number 25 is Arcaxer. We just talked about this to the developers the other night. I don't know if this would have made my 25 before I talked to them. I can't say that because I didn't make a top 25. I can tell you that I just played this game recently, and because I needed to refresh when I talked to these guys, and I already feel myself wanting to go back and finish it. So if I can tell myself that I want to go back and finish a game when I don't really have to, it's a top 25 for me. This was one of the hardest ones I had because there was some I had to leave off the list for this game. But what you get for this game for $25 of probably 20 plus hours of content, it's worth it, and I think it deserves a top 25. Again, this is no particular order too, guys. By the way, I'm just giving out my 25, and then we're going to put them in order later. Okay?
Yeah.
My 24.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay.
My 24 is Synth Riders. I'm not going to talk a lot about every game either, guys. I might just say a quick thing about it, but we want to get through this fairly quick, and it's going to take some time once we get these out to hash it all out. So, Synth Riders is my 24. There's not much you can say. Synth Riders is amazing. It's got the best multiplayer of any rhythm game out there. Fight me on that. You can't fight me on that.
I'll try.
Yeah, because multiplayer on Beat Saber is garbage.
I prefer Beat Saber's multiplayer.
What? This is great.
We're going to looking at each other on platforms and battling off, and whoever's higher up. I like that idea. Whereas in
can't even talk to each other.
Battling against. Yeah, if you could talk, that'd make it a hell of a lot better. You need the talking aspect.
You can't see each other on Synth Riders when we're in multiplayer, right? It's just
that's what Key. Yeah, that's what Key was.
Other.
Yeah, that's what Key was just saying is you can't see each other. It is. Yeah, that's a little downgrade, but yeah. But I think it makes up for it that you can talk to each other and you can badmouth each other and you can heckle each other when you're in there playing, which is awesome. All right, my next one is Eternal Starlight. It's a space RPG, not RPG, but space RTS, real-time strategy game. We've talked about it a million times on our live chats and in the group. If you haven't played it, Eternal Starlight is your best RTS on the Quest. And
it's a roguelike.
Yeah,
game.
Right. Yeah, so it's a great mix for me because I love roguelites and I love RTS. So.
Absolutely.
My next one is Star Wars Pinball. This was a difficult one for me I had to make some concessions to get this on the list, but I believe that Star Wars Pinball deserves it. It deserves to be in the top 25. The amount of tables that they have, and they're still adding tables. Their plan is to add another table coming up soon. They just added like a month or 2 months ago. They just added the Han Solo table, and they have more stuff planned. So I love Star Wars Pinball. I want to go play it right now.
That's a fantastic game. You gave me a choice between Galaxy's Edge and Star Wars Pinball, and I ended up going with Pinball, and I don't regret it.
No, and both those games made my top 25. So you're safe with either one of those. All right, my next one's Red Matter. You won't find a more perfect port from a PC VR game to the Quest than Red Matter. Red Matter is beautiful on the Rift platform. Or the Steam platform. Is it on Steam? I think it's on Steam, but it's beautiful on the Rift platform with PC VR. It's a gorgeous game. It's a great puzzle game. They took that game and they made no concessions that I can tell, and they moved that game to the Quest, and it is gorgeous. It's a great puzzle game. It's eerie. The puzzles are good, but they're not frustrating. They're just difficult enough to where you feel good about getting through one. But it's not where you ever, get frustrated and just shut it down and say, I don't want to play it anymore.
I haven't played it on Rift, but I have checked it out on Quest, and I would say it looks very good on Quest, too.
Yeah. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous game. And you're fine. You don't ever need to play that game on the Rift version because it looks exactly the same. It really does.
That's awesome.
My next one is The Room, A Dark Matter. This is another puzzle game. This is a great game. The Room, to me, is probably the best puzzle game out there. Forget about on the Quest. I think it's probably the best puzzle game on any platform, whether it be PC, VR, or Quest. There's a lot of them out there, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that prefer Myst or prefer, some of these others. Just for me,
the Room isn't an overly long game, but the way that they built it is absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's a very good game. It's the only downside is it's not too long. And
I love the environment of that. It's like set in like the English, England in the 1800s, I think it is. It's got that Sherlock Holmes vibe to it. It's so eerie and it's kind of dark. I like it. It's just a cool thing, man.
Definitely, if you're into puzzlers, it should be on your top list for puzzle fans.
Yeah, for sure. My next one is Nick called it just a few minutes ago. Star Wars: Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. Amazing game. I love this game. This is better. This is what Vader Immortal should have been, because this is an actual game. So if they made Vader Immortal, but with these physics and this play style, it's what Vader should have been. Because Vader to me was a walking experience that you couldn't even die in. So if you can't die, it's not a game. There's nothing wrong with that, but don't call it a game. Call it an experience at that point. And then you charge $30 for it when you buy them all, which is it's tough for. Vader just didn't even make my top 25. It was a neat experience to see Vader, but I've never gone back to it ever.
I went back to the dojo once or twice, but a lot of people love that. But
they do. I'm just like, dojo. I'm not paying $30 for the dojo. Sorry. And that's
I just got my Oculus 30 code for the first time, and I think I've been sold on Star Wars Galaxy Edge. I think that's what I'm going to drop it on.
Dude, go get it, and you won't be disappointed. Plus, you got the new DLC that just dropped.
Is that free or is it?
No, it's $9.99. Which I do have it, and I'm going to be playing it this weekend. I'm probably going to be talking about it next week, in a couple of different venues, probably again, and a couple of different live broadcasts. But yeah, I can't wait to play it. And then Jacobo Gonzalez Yasp says the English accents is what make it amazing. Is that the Room?
On which game?
It must be The Room. I see.
I haven't played Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, so I don't know if there are English accents on there.
There's no English accents in that one. I think you're safe there.
What is it? The overboard stereotypical? Yes, madam. Yeah.
Perfect. T, can you talk that way for the rest of the show? That'd be perfect. Love it. All right, so my next one is Moss. If you're looking for a platformer, that's a beautiful game, that has a great story. You can't beat Moss. I mean, you should put every new person into Moss, and once you grab Quill and you hold her in your hand, and you can feel her little heartbeat in the touch controller. You're sold, right?
I didn't know you could. And I played that game 2 or 3 times over now. I did not know you could feel her heartbeat by holding on to her.
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome.
Now you got to go back in, right?
Oh yeah. That's one of my more favorite ones. I absolutely love Moss. It's just it's good for all ages, old people, young people, anybody can get into it. It's a really great game.
Absolutely, and book 2, chapter 2 is coming out this.
I'm so excited for that.
Yeah. We got Zero Caliber next. Great shooter. Great co-op shooter also. It should be on everybody's top 25.
Really great physics with that game too. I'm pretty sure you can throw your magazine over to somebody else, have them put it into their gun. It's really great physics done on that, and I understand they've been improving it ever since release because on the Quest, as the graphics weren't that great, but they've been constantly doing updates to make it better. So
yeah. Bearbo Valdez is here. Good morning, Bearbo. How you doing, my friend? Another one of our moderators, and he says Moss. He's still got to play it. Go play it, man.
Go check it out, man. It's a great game. It's really
take a break from your Synth Riders marathon that you've been doing every day, and go play Moss because it's so good, man. He also says Zero Caliber is great on the PC. Not played the Quest version yet. It is a reduction in graphics from the PC to the Quest. It's definitely there. I've played both. I have both, but I actually like the physics a little bit better and the gun physics a little bit better in the Quest version, and the matchmaking. is a little easier in the Quest version because I think they cleaned it up when they ported it to the Quest. They learned some things from the PC version. So yeah, I mean, I would probably rather play it on Quest just because of the ease of it, even though it looks nicer on the PC VR. Next on my list would be 11 Table Tennis. This is a great game, man. If you want to play ping pong, you want to play ping pong in VR, you feel like you're playing ping pong, man. How many people probably have fallen over and almost killed themselves because they think they're leaning on the freaking ping pong table, right? Because it feels so real. Yeah, right. You do, man. And if you get one of those ping pong stocks, so where you can actually, you feel like you're holding a paddle, and you put your controller into the ping pong stock, so you're actually holding a ping pong paddle. You feel like you're playing ping pong, and you can play with your friends from across the country or in a different country. Me and Key could be playing ping pong and feel like we're in the same room and really get the real ping pong physics, which is amazing.
And something great about that game is you don't have to go through a tutorial or anything. You could just hop right into that game at any time, throw you a couple rounds of ping pong, hop out, and come back in later. There's no
freaking ping pong.
Yeah. You just jump on in and get to it.
Ping pong. So what do we got next? We got Warhammer Battle Sister. Really good shooter. I love this game, man. I've gone back to it a few times. I have not finished it yet, but that just tells you that it's a bit of a long story to finish it. It's not an easy game, but very well done. It's a great Quest game. If you want to
graphically done well too.
Oh yeah, and it's gritty. It's dark. I love the the storyline behind the Warhammer is great. But yeah, just a really great game, and you can't go wrong with that one. Lies Beneath is my next one. Lies Beneath is a great horror game for the Quest. It's a horror game, but it's a shooter. It's an adventure. It's set in like a comic book style, like you're flipping through pages of a comic book. The art style is amazing in that game. And it is creepy as hell, man. There's not a lot of jump scares to say, like to where it's like super scary, like you would have a tough time getting through it, but it's creepy.
I think that's one of my top 5, or not my top 5, but one of my top horror games because it doesn't give you the jump scares. It's creepy, like you said. It's got a real creepy vibe and everything. You're going through a scary looking town and all that, but it doesn't throw the jump scares at you, which is why I can actually get through it.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of people out there that don't want to play that kind of game. Key, I've never asked you, are you a horror fan with VR? I mean, do you like playing those type of games?
Oh, I like the horror games. I enjoy them. I've played the Blair Witch on both on VR and on console as well when it first came out. I enjoyed it.
Wow, you're probably one of the only people I've heard that said they played it flat.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that's played it flat.
Yeah. How was it flat? Was it any good?
It wasn't a good flat. It was, didn't have the intense feeling or anything. It just, you didn't have any of the vibes of being, even when you got a jump scare that wasn't a jump scare, do you know what I mean? It was just, oh, there's something there.
I know, right?
Not that scary then.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the difference with flat games and VR games, because again, you can take a mediocre flat game and you put yourself inside of that flat game to where it's all around you, and it just makes it 100 times better. So yeah, I'm the same way. My next one is Dash Dash World. If you want to play Mario Kart in VR, this is the closest thing you're probably going to get until Nintendo gets their head out of their asses and decides to make VR.
Good luck with them doing that.
Yeah. Well, I'll make real VR. Don't give me the
the Virtual Boy.
Yeah, the Virtual Boy or the Labo, where they got the Nintendo Labo, the cardboard crap they were trying to put out.
And it's a shame too because Nintendo has some real great IPs. Mario Kart, Zeldas. A lot of great IPs.
Mario. Can you imagine playing Mario and playing
that would be amazing.
Play Super Mario in freaking in VR? I mean, how amazing would that be? They have a million of them. Oh yeah, Mario 64. Yeah. Yeah, or I mean, like Diddy Kong Racing or Banjo and Kazooie.
Do you know how many people want to play Legend of Zelda in VR? They're just itching for it.
They have places you can go that they build. Like you go to VR Chat. I think it's either VR Chat or Rec Room. One of them has a Zelda world that you can go into. They've built it to look like Legend of Zelda, and you can go in there and look around, and people love this stuff.
Nintendo needs to get with the program because this is where the
Yeah.
future is at, VR.
They will. They will. Once you see what PlayStation and Oculus have in store for the next, this next iteration of stuff, man, it is going to Xbox and Nintendo are going to find themselves on the outside looking in if they don't make some changes real quick to what direction the gaming market is going. Because
Denny says Mario Party. Now that one I could totally get into in VR.
sure, yes. What about like Super Smash Brothers? You mean you could do that in VR?
That would be awesome.
Yeah. I mean, there's just so many good games. Yeah. I mean, think about it. All right, here we go. What did I say, Dash? Okay, Until You Fall, another great game. Until You Fall is probably one of the best Melee games that you're going to find. Again, another roguelite game where you have to die and progress and keep going, and hard as hell, man. This game gets so hard later on, but it's not a hard where you're like, just throw it down. You're like, I just can't beat it. It's a hard where you can't beat it, and you think when you're not playing it, you're like, I want to go back. I want to see if I can beat it.
Well, it's a roguelike game, and when you die, which you're expected to die in that game, you don't get upset and want to throw your controllers down, take the headset off, and walk away. No, you get motivated to get further. So I mean, it's when we did our top 5, that was my number 1 right there.
Yeah.
So
No, I know, and I had it. I didn't have. Did I have it in my? Yeah, I didn't have it in my top 5, but I had it just out of my top 5, and that was one of the ones I was fighting with. And Technoglitch says, "You mean After the Fall, right?" No, I wish I meant After the Fall.
Can't vouch for that one just yet.
After the Fall is coming. After the Fall. So hopefully sometime within the next month or two, we'll see.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, boom. Right? Yeah, hopefully it's coming soon, man. I am so geared up for After the Fall. I can't wait for all of us to get in there and play that, man. 4-player co-op zombies. I'm so in love with that one.
That one sounds like some fun.
I just want them to be good, man. Can you just be good? And I don't care if you even wait till first quarter 2022. Just have it be awesome. I don't care. I'll wait.
That was the good news that they, I mean, it was bad news and good news that they were delaying it, but it's bad news they're delaying it. Good news that they're taking the time to make sure it's going to come out good, because there have been other games that have come out and just have been, maybe y'all should have waited for this one a little bit, did a little more polishing. So
yeah, this is a big one with Technoglitch, because he's been wanting this game probably more than anybody, and then when they kept delaying it, he's like, screw it, I'm out. I'm not getting it. He's like, I'm done. So now he's like, this shit's never coming out. I'm never gonna get it.
just wait a little bit longer. It'll be coming.
Hold on, man. Hold on, bro. Come on, man. It's coming. My next one is Walkabout Mini Golf. Probably one of the best multiplayer games. It's just straight multiplayer. If you just want to get in there with I think you get up to how many? 8 people, maybe?
I think it's 8 people now. Yeah. So
you just want to get 8 people hanging out, laughing, having a good time. It's a great game, man. It's just so good, and they keep adding to it.
I spoke with a developer once, and I believe that they told me it is the second most top-rated game on the Quest store of all games, any genres.
Yeah, so. I can believe it. There's a lot of people that play this game. I mean, if you go to some Discords, like our Discord or Virtual Strangers Discord, there's people all the time in there. Here's the room number for Walkabout. Who wants to come in? There's always people hooking up to go in and play that. And I love it, man.
It's a simple game, but it's done so well. It's just it's what people want,
Yeah. Radio Run says it's the one game I tell any new Quest owner to go buy first. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's probably 2 games I tell them to go buy right away. Saints and Sinners. Actually 3. Saints and Sinners. Go buy Saints and Sinners. Go buy Demio. Go buy Walkabout.
And see, I tell them to go buy them all.
Yeah, right.
Every game.
Go buy them all. My next He does, Key, doesn't he? He's got such a problem. He needs 3 headsets to keep all of his stuff downloaded.
I'm running out of room again.
I am at my limit, I think, right now with my 256 on my Quest.
I've got about 20 gigs left on my 256.
I'm just a little bit under that, I think, and I'm going to have to start zipping some stuff off, say goodbye to some titles, and you don't play them anyway, so right? And there's some stuff I'm just not going to go back to. All right, my next one is Yuki. Yuki is a roguelite, phenomenal freaking game. Yuki is a quiet, game that nobody knows about that you need to go buy. You guys can laugh at me if you want, but I love this game, man. I continue to go back for it. I'm currently in beta testing for their endless mode, which is freaking phenomenal. I can't say a lot about it yet, other than it's hard as hell and it's really good, and I can't wait for that to drop. And if you want a game that is artistically beautiful and the music is amazing and the challenge is super good, go get Yuki, man. I love this game. I streamed it in 2 different sessions and beat it from scratch. So I started at 0. I started at a 0 save, and I went and I built myself up. I died, and I built myself up and died. And in 2 sessions, I went through and I beat the whole game. And it's just so well done. And it's from Arvor, man. It's from Arvor.
It's
the guy
considered
behind
a bullet hell, isn't it?
It is. It's a bullet hell, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen any of it, but it gets so intense and so crazy, and it's got some like workout aspects to it because you are moving constantly. You cannot stay still in this game. You are bending down. I mean, there's some points that I am like on my knees, scraping my controller on the floor, trying to get away from some of this stuff that's flying at you. So yeah, Yuki is amazing. Go check it out. It definitely makes my top 25. It makes my top 10. I'm going to tell you that right now. Chris Bangerter is here. Chris, how you doing, my friends?
Hey, Chris.
Haven't seen you in a while, man. We still need to get you on here to do some chats with us one of these times. We got to talk, man. If you hit me up in a PM, I'd love to have you on and talk about what you're up to with your content creation. He says, is After the Fall going to be a PC only? No, it is going to be. Now, they have said in the past that they're going to launch on all 3 platforms at the same time. Now, with the delay, I don't know that. They might launch on one and then have to launch on the other. But their main goal was to have it playable for 3 different platforms at the same time. So,
We're talking about After the Fall?
After the Fall, yeah. Yeah, After the Fall. It looks good. It looks really good. My next one is Phantom Covert Ops. Phantom Covert Ops is just, it's a great game that you play seated in a canoe, and it doesn't matter because it's awesome. And you're paddling, and the water physics are great, and the shooting style
very
is
stealthy
great.
game, and it actually is another one of those very polished games on the Quest. I tried to get onto it on the Rift, and I was having some issues with that, but it looks great on the Quest. And you gotta, it's Metal Gear in a kayak.
Yeah, it really is.
Is what you're playing pretty much.
And the voice of the voice of Snake from Metal Gear is the freaking bad guy in this game, which is amazing. David Hayter, that he voices the Russian general bad dude in this game, which is awesome, man. My next one is Warplanes. This is the game I was talking about that was an App Lab game that now makes it out of the App Lab onto the Quest Store, and it would have made my top 25 even if it was still an App Lab game. This is an amazing game. Love this game. If you want a flying game in the Quest, it's probably the best in the Quest.
Well, one of the few. They only got 2, maybe 3 flying games on the standalone itself. So this was probably the best one.
Yep. My next one is In Death. In Death is an archery game that you go through, and another permadeath same type roguelike game where you start from scratch every time you die. And you get better and better and better, and it's just so good, man. Another
those
great
are just
game.
Getting really popular these days, those roguelites.
They are. They really are. Because they're done better than they used to be. It used to be, the way they were done before was not very well. It was not done well. And the way they've integrated some certain things now in the aspects of improving your character and giving story to it, and so it's not just basic, it helps. I'm going to move through these last few real quick. Swarm. Swarm is a swinging game with grappling hooks where you shoot multiple targets in the sky. This is an amazing game. I love Swarm. It's probably in my top 5 for game of the year. It's that good.
Spider-Man with guns.
It's Spider-Man with guns. It really is. I'll talk more about these once we get our final list together. But Contractors, another great game. If you want a multiplayer shooter, it's your finest. Onward did not make my top 25. Contractors beats the crap out of Onward. I don't care what you say. I don't want such a real military sim that I'm out of the match in 10 seconds because I got clipped in the arm by one stray bullet.
Onward has a little bit too challenging of mechanics, in my opinion, as far as how you grab your gun, your walkie-talkie, all that stuff. It's
just not fun for me. Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun, and this is supposed to be a game. You know what I mean? If,
Right.
You know, and I'd rather play Contractors than Onward every time. Pistol Whip is my next. There's not a lot I can have to say about Pistol Whip. It's an
How
amazing
did I know
thing.
that one was getting up
They keep
there?
adding to it. It's amazing. Pistol Whip is great. I love this game. Demio is next. If you're looking for D&D role tabletop type game, this is the best. And again, this is probably in my top 5 game of the year for multiple platforms, actually. Demio is amazing. We'll talk more about that later as well. And my final 2, Sniper Elite. Sniper Elite just came out July on multiple platforms. This game is amazing. Ask our moderator, Todd Jackson, because he is almost through it, and he is fighting to get through it. This is not an easy game, but it's an amazing game. Probably the best campaign-based shooter to the date on the Quest, and it looks amazing. It looks almost as good as the PC version, and the X-ray vision, sniping is awesome. And where else can you go to get to shoot somebody in the balls? You can't just shoot somebody in the balls in every game. You shoot somebody in the balls in this game.
It actually makes the person go down or crunch over whatever from doing that.
Dude, you haven't played Sniper Elite yet?
I have not played it yet.
You see an X-ray shot of shooting somebody in the balls, and their balls explode. It's hell yeah, man.
Now I don't know if I should spend my 30% off code on that or Galaxy's Edge. You got
That's
me on
a
the
tough
fence
one,
here.
man. Here's what you do. Here's what I would do. Because I think Sniper Elite's more expensive. Do your 30% on Sniper Elite and go buy Galaxy's Edge.
Gotta have them all, right?
Yeah, gotta get them all. Gotta get them all. And then my last one. This is no-brainer. To me, this is the best game on the Quest, hands down. It's not even a discussion. Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners. This game is amazing. If you want action, if you want strategy, if you want character building, if you want customizing, this game, crafting. This game gives you it all wrapped up into one with freaking zombies and The Walking Dead and a creepy New Orleans that's half flooded with 2 warring factions on both sides, and you're stuck in the middle trying to find this National Guard reserve that has all these things, and everybody wants it, and everybody wants you to do this or you to do that, and you kind of have to pick sides and make choices, and your choices really make an impact on the game. And they have downloadable content, and it's just about to hit next week on the 23rd, called Aftershocks, and they keep giving this game. It's going to be a free download. Man, Saints and Sinners. That's my top 25.
If you don't find Eric in Returnal, Saints and Sinners is where you're going to see him at.
Dude, I've been very lucky. Yeah, absolutely. I've been very lucky. I want to thank Skydance and Virtual Strangers that I've been very lucky to have early access to the Aftershocks, and I am going to be playing it all weekend long. I will let you guys know how it is. Trust me, right before, once I am able to, once the embargo is up, I will let you all know exactly what I think of this DLC.
And real quick, for those who don't know, because I don't know, I have got the game and I haven't finished it. The new DLC does require you to actually finish the game in order to play the new DLC. Is that correct?
It does, yeah. So you can't progress in the story, in the new story, until you finish the old story, because it wouldn't make sense. I think that's why they did it. So you really need to finish the whole thing. It can be finished in probably about, if you're starting from scratch, it's probably about 12. If you've never played it before and you're starting from scratch, it's probably 15 hours, 12 to 15 hours. If you've played it before and you just want to refresh yourself, and if you don't take any of the side quests, because there's a million side quests that you can do, but if you just stick to the story and you want to power through to get to the end, you can probably do it in about 10 hours, maybe 8 to 10 hours, especially if you played it before.
Yeah, I can't do that. I have to finish everything, pick up everything.
Yeah. I've beaten it twice now. I beat it when it originally came out over a year ago, and I just beat it recently because I wanted to refresh myself for the new content. So actually, I've been playing it, in sessions, and I just actually finished it last night, 2:00 this morning. I was finishing the last parts of it, which I love, and I made some different decisions this time than I did the last time, so things worked out a little differently. It's a great game, man.
Ending, or
it did, sure does.
Yeah,
your choices during the game, have big effects on your on how things end. All right, guys, we're 49 minutes in, so let's go. Key, let's hear Key's list.
Right, so my
What you got, brother?
list, I went more for a general, like, 12 games that are sort of definitely must plays, as well as some favourites. So, in no order, I'll start with one that you haven't mentioned, Wizards Dark Times. We'll start with that game.
Great game.
That is
Great
a great,
game.
fantastic game from a great studio.
Yeah, another
Yeah,
game that I
just
fought.
the
That's one of the
story
ones I
mode.
fought with.
Yeah, the story mode, the gestures, everything. It's what you expect when you think of a spellcasting game for VR, and it is great. You want to do that whole Doctor Strange thing with the shields, throw fireballs. That's the game to go for.
And there's not a ton of gesture type games out there, is there? This is kind of one of the few.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
they all
starting
work
to be more,
really
but yeah.
well.
Yeah, and Carbon Studios knows how to do magic in VR, so I mean they do so
Got a
good.
lot of practice at it.
Cool. Definitely a
You
good
got-
one.
Right, on to the next one. We have 2MD Football Unleashed.
Nice.
Now, this is odd because obviously I'm British, so it's not the same type of football. It's American football. However, I really enjoy this game. If you can understand the concepts of obviously American football and you get into it, it's great. It works well. The teams are difficult. They're constantly updating it and adding like different roster, different difficulties. Even the training ground, you could spend a good half an hour in that training ground.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
definitely another great game.
they put out updates every month on that game, which is pretty awesome too.
Yeah, they're still working on that thing, man. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Another one I can't believe you didn't mention, Real VR Fishing.
Yeah.
So good. I know.
I think we got a bunch of new
Beautiful
content
game,
coming out for
super
that.
scenic.
I know. They have a new update. Yeah, right. Key lost his controller when Key and Nick first came on. We were all trying to get together and start playing stuff together. And we're like, what can we go in? We can have a meeting like inside of a game, and we're like, he's like, my controller died. I had to send it back and RMA it. So he's like, I can't do much. So he's only got one controller, and that Real VR Fishing was one game that him and Nick were able to get in and play together because they only had one controller.
I could only wave to me with one hand, but it was all right.
Yeah, right. But yeah, that was a tough one for me too, man. I mean, my nephew just picked up this game. I bought him an Oculus for Christmas. He's in college now. And he was like, I just picked up Real VR Fishing. He's like, Uncle Eric, let's go. I want to, when you get a chance, let's go. I want to go in there and we'll do some fishing. I mean, how amazing is that when you can do that with your nephew? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the multiplayer aspect of it is pretty awesome too. I mean, you can each have your own boats, go fishing. Just it's as close as you're going to get to real life fishing. I love real life fishing, but this is the closest you're going to get to do it from your house, or as some people in the group like to say, from their toilet.
I agree. I agree. All right, Key, what do you got?
Let's jump into the next one. So I'd say I Expect You to Die series. That's the puzzle game I'd rate probably most, just because I like that idea. You see, you don't have to move, but everything you can move around you.
Do you have a preference on the first one or the second one, or just the whole series in general?
I mean, it's a bit of a tough call to say between them. Either of them, obviously, they're both really well written, and like the first one got quite a few extra add-on levels from when it first released, so that definitely gave you some more content.
Yeah, it's definitely there's more content right now in the second than the first, but not how they launched. If you look at what they launched, how they both launched, I mean, they're probably about equal. But yeah, I mean, they've added to the other one.
I love how Shell Games is getting on so many of these lists.
I know, right? I know. That's cool. No, that's a good one too, man. That's a good one, Kai. See?
Right, the one that we haven't mentioned, Pixel Ripped. Pixel Ripped, another good one. That's if you have that nostalgic feel, that definitely brings back the nostalgia.
Yeah, and you got two of them there. You got Pixel Ripped 1989 and 1995.
95, yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of them games that just sucked me in, and I couldn't stop until I finished it.
Yeah, I agree. Man, he's got a lot of different ones to make.
Which he didn't
Oh
he didn't
man,
mention.
everyone.
Todd's gonna be happy to hear that.
Yeah.
He's already gone, Todd. He's golfing. So we'll just
Yeah, right. See you, Todd.
He
could, if he was here too, we might vote for it, but now he's not here, so I don't know.
The climb too. I think that they're just really beautiful games for people who are just jumping into VR. Don't really know much. They're easy games to just
Another
give them a headset.
Yeah,
and see
another good one. Another good one. We're gonna have a knockdown drag out, man. I guarantee.
Yeah, I haven't played the Climb 1, but the Climb 2 is absolutely fantastic. One of the really, surreal visual games like real VR fishing. So I see Kai's going for the very polished, good-looking, pretty games out there too.
Oh, look at him. He's pretty, so he's going for the pretty games. But yeah, another good one. I love the Climb 2.
He said you just called him pretty.
Robo Recalls.
What's next?
Robo Recalls, obviously.
Another
pretty much
good one.
Go to if you haven't played it. The physics are great.
Yeah.
Obviously, it only has
not a terribly long game, but an absolutely fun game.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, we haven't had not one game that's been the same yet. It's too funny.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No, I'm purposely avoiding the same games at the moment.
Oh yeah, don't make it easy on us. Yeah, don't make it easy on us. All right, you're next.
Population 1. You didn't mention that.
Good one.
Yeah, I'm surprised that didn't make it onto your list, Eric.
To be honest, it was on my list, and I think when I shuffled things around, I forgot to put it back in. Yeah. I think because what happened was I was on my Galaxy Note, and I was doing things with the stylus, and I was erasing things and adding things and then moving them up and down on the list, and I think I took Pop 1 off and I forgot to put it back in.
Yeah, that's
because I think I had it fairly high too. So
one of the most popular battle royale shooters out there too. So
yeah, I know that you're not going to have much complaint from me on that one about getting on the top 25, but I think I should have had it on mine.
Let's have a look at another one which we haven't mentioned. King Spray Graffiti. Now, this one might not be for everyone, but it was between that and sort of Paint VR for the artistic one, and personally I prefer King Spray. It's more polished.
I can see for creative people. Yeah, I can see for creative people that's a game that you would want to have for sure.
Well, you're a bit of a graphic artist yourself, so.
Oh, really? Is there? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's got multiplayer on it, so you can jump.
It's got multiplayer,
get over people online.
So you can actually paint at the same time on the same mural, on the same wall?
Yeah, you can work together on a big mural.
That's cool, man. I didn't know that. You know what? I've never played King Spray. I'm going to admit it right now. I've never played it. I'm not a creative. I'm not.
Buy more games now.
Yeah, I'm just not a creative person in that way, so I don't know if it's because of that I don't flock to some of these games. But I should try them. There's no reason I shouldn't.
No, you did have a Skrillex shirt on the other day, so.
Yeah, my new favorite artist. Is it a guy or is it a band or what is it?
It's a guy.
It's a guy. Was his name Bob Skrillex? Fred Skrillex?
Abraham Skrillex.
Abraham. Is Skrillex his first name or his last name?
Don't know.
Oh man, I love me some Steve Skrillex. Yeah, he's so good.
You're totally tanking on Beat Saber's newest DLC too.
Oh man, Beat Games is gonna call me and say, "What the hell is the matter with you, man?" Oh, all right, Key, go ahead, man.
All right, well, while we're on that, Tribe DJ. I mean.
Oh yeah, you gotta.
Call it a game, but it's definitely a simulation. It's perfect to the T of how realism it is. There's not much
Yeah.
else to say. It's perfect to Bex.
Yeah, I'm looking for. I have another one I haven't played. I'm looking forward to your review. So guys, if you're interested in Tribe DJ at all, and if it's something that you would be, that you would like, check out Key's review next week. Because he's giving are we giving Keys away or is this a review, guys?
I think this one's just going to be a review, if I'm not
So yeah,
mistaken.
no keys, but just a straight review. Key will give you the lowdown on this game, and you can see he's already gotten his top 25. So cool, man.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that one, to be honest.
I wasn't expecting about half of these.
Well, we knew Pop 1 was coming, so.
Yeah, no, Pop 1 should have been there. That was my fault.
Looking for ones that you haven't mentioned. Gladius, that's another one. Like you were saying, it was a tough one because until you fall, again, the sword play and interaction between them is great. But I like Gladius is open area, throw whatever it can at you, take it on and throw your arms up for the crowd, let them know that you're in it to win it. So
yeah.
Now
I don't know if you guys. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Gladius actually, and you don't have to mod it or anything, play it standalone, has lightsabers in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they keep adding to this game, man. They keep making it better and better.
Right.
Another good app lab game. Yeah, for sure.
Smash Drums. Did I say that one yet? No.
No. I can't. I just can't.
I'm with you. Hey, Smash Drums. I knew the rhythm games were going to be represented.
They're all going to be here, obviously. What do you mean?
I'm not sure Smash Drums would make my top 200.
Yeah, but that's
it's probably my top
guy,
100.
You know what I mean?
I don't. I admit it. I don't have the rhythm. And you know what happens to me? Key just drives. He just kills us. He just kills us on all these rhythm games. Larry Kirk says, "Eric, are you clock watching?" I know. Are we running long?
Just because of the
we're doing all
the
right.
fact that it's probably the best drum simulator.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I understand it though. If you want to play drums in VR, there's not a lot out there. I mean, this game it's pretty darn good. I mean, it gives you a feeling of playing drums. It's not a realistic feeling. It's not like you feel like you're really playing drums. But it's
more
good.
like a rock band. It's got that sort of feeling to it. That old rock band drums, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And now we're just going to get into all the ones that you've basically already covered.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and throw them at me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Except for like, I've got one more. Sorrento and Tethered. You didn't mention that.
Oh yeah, Sirento. That's another good one, man. We talked about that right before we came on, and you had said that you wanted that on your list, and that was one of the ones that, to be honest with you, I forgot about. But I don't know if it would have made my top 5 if I did remember, but it would have been darn close. There was some games on here that I would have been fighting with. Like I could make I could make an argument to take Arcaxer off and put Synthra and put Sirento on there, or maybe Zero Caliber. There's a couple games that I could consider moving and getting Sirento untethered in there because it's that good. I mean,
it is a really great game. Matter of fact, I got to get into some multiplayer now that Kai has it out.
Yeah, and which I've never done multiplayer in that game, so I'd love to do that, man.
Yeah, I haven't not tried it out yet myself either, but just the gameplay alone, I can't even imagine how they would do multiplayer. That just is insane.
Yeah. Larry Kirk said, he had said, was I clock watching? And I said, because we're going long. He said, no, he must see me looking over at the chat. See, Larry, my chat for my main screen that I'm looking at here, I'm looking at Nick and I'm looking at Key, and then my chat is on my secondary screen over here. So if you ever see me looking here, I'm not like ignoring people, or it's me looking at chat so I can see what you guys are saying. All right, Key, go ahead, man.
Right now, yeah, as I say, we'll get into some of the ones that you've already covered. So
yeah, just go ahead and put them. Yeah, we can go ahead and I'll just write them. Yep, good one.
Synth Riders.
Love it.
Pistol Whip.
Love it.
In Death Unchained.
Great game.
Contractors, warplanes, walkabout mini golf, dash world.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show you how good some of these games are.
Others there as well, which you didn't mention, but
Which one?
again, it's sort of like Clash of Chefs.
I didn't hear it.
Clash of Chefs. I really.
Oh,
enjoyed
Clash
that
of
game.
Chefs. Yeah. Yeah, I can put it. I'll put it on. You want me to put it on your list?
Vibe.
It really does, man. I know this. I'm gonna have my daughter check it out later. She's gonna love this game, and I think the way you can raise and lower the table to suit your height is gonna be perfect for her, because a job simulator, it's tough for her to reach some of the things that you need to reach, and you can't adjust your height in that game. So with in Job Simulator, a lot of times I have to go over and help her, and I have to lift her up so she can grab something. And yes, I do put my daughter in VR, so don't judge me, any of you people out there. And I do watch. She never plays anything multiplayer, number one, with other people, and I limit how much time she goes in there. And guess what? It's my daughter, and it's my decision.
Yeah.
The way it should be.
Clash of Chefs is actually a pretty fun one. So.
What's that, Key?
Sleeps in at night, sleeps in the headset, doesn't she?
Dude, if I could sleep in the headset at night, I would. If my wife would let me come to bed with the headset on, I would do it.
It's the battery power problem.
yeah, for sure. All right, you got 2 left. He's like 2. I gotta get 2 more.
I didn't have that many more.
2 left to make 25.
See, I'm going to be controversial. I'm going to say Beat Saber, just because again.
Wait a minute, you're going to be controversial now. You put beat drums on, smash drums on here. Now you're going to be controversial. I like it. Beat Saber. I don't fault anybody for putting Beat Saber on their top 25. Just for me, I wouldn't have it on my top 25. But there's no. I mean, it's going to be on 90%, and it probably will end up. It probably will end up making our top 25 consensus, because it's that good of a game. It's just not on my top 25.
Yeah,
that's why we do a consensus. Yeah, that's why we do a consensus. You know what I mean? So that's why we're gonna. As soon as we get Key's last one, then we're gonna go through and we're gonna hash this out, and we're gonna get a consensus top 25. One more, Key.
Pavlov.
You guys have just named all great games.
What was the last one?
Yeah, Pavlov Shack. Pavlov Shack
Pavlov.
probably got to be in the top 25 for shooters especially. It's up there with Contractors. It's not quite as polished, and it's easy to jump in multiplayer and everything, but it's still up there.
I struggled with this one. I'll be honest with you, because it's not a full game yet to me. They keep promising, hey, we're coming. It's coming. You know what I mean? And if it was a full game released where they were charging for it, I would probably go with it. But it's a shell of what it is on the computer, on PC, and it's still really, really good. And it probably deserves a spot on the top 25. I just wish. I don't think it's their fault. I think it's Oculus's fault for dragging their feet on letting them in. There's no reason that Pavlov shouldn't be the full Pavlov game. I mean, maybe not some of the assets that you have in the PC, but they should have all the levels, all the different weapons, all the different stuff. It shouldn't be Pavlov Shack. It should just be Pavlov on the Quest, in the store, not in App Labs, and that's it. And I don't know why it's not, and they should be there, and hopefully they will be soon. But yeah, I don't disagree with that one. It's a great game. One of the first ones I ever played when I started with VR. That and Standout and a couple others. So that's 2 of our top 25, and Nick Quinn, his are going to mirror a lot of ours. So that's why we're not going to go over 3. It would just take too long, and we're already over an hour in, and now we have to fight and drag this out. And
I love them all. So
yeah, Joe Rock just stopped in, said he made it. Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Joe. How are you doing, man?
Alex made it in with us today.
Alex Malone here's here. Hey, Alex, how you doing? Good to see you, man. We are off to a great weekend. It's a good way to start. When you can start a weekend hanging with people that you like and talking with people that you love talking to, and talking about VR and games, it's a great weekend. It's a great start.
Absolutely.
So this is something that we've been planning on doing this week, and I've been looking forward to it all week. Really have. So all right, so we have our 2 top 25s. Let's make a couple easy choices. All right, so we both had contractors on our list. So we put contractors on the list, right?
Yeah.
Right. Everybody agree with that? I'm just going to stick it. I'm not going to put. Nick, you good with that?
Oh, contractors, absolutely.
Yeah.
As far as shooter
So
games go, that was probably my top shooter game.
Yeah, I'm just going to stick it on the list right now. I had contractors at number 5. Key, you had it at number 7. But you were in no particular order. So I'm going to put it. I'll put it at number 10 now. We'll talk about where we can go up or down on the list after we get the list solidified. So contractors is on. 11 table tennis. We both agreed on. Do we all agree 11 table tennis should make our top 25?
Top 25, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Top 10, maybe not so much, but top 25.
Yeah. We're not going to talk position yet. We'll just talk list. Is it going to make the list?
Yeah, I'm down with 11 table tennis.
All right, 11 table tennis makes the list.
Keep from falling over.
Techno Glitch says Yuki for the win. Yuki for the win, buddy. Yeah, for sure. So, all right, 11 table tennis makes our top 25. Joe Rox's contractors is a lot of fun with people you know. It is, and it's so easy to hook up, man. You can grab your own server and just put your own people in there if you have enough people to play. You can jump into anybody else's server. Awesome. Hey, and Wes is here from Virtual Strangers. Good morning, Wes. Good afternoon. Good evening. How are you doing today, man? Good to see you. We're doing our.
We're pushing it to the afternoon now.
Yeah, everybody's probably almost in the afternoon now, which is good, except for people on the West Coast. But we're doing our top 25, and we both given our lists, and we're just trying to do the consensus now. Pistol Whip. It was on both of ours. Pistol Whip is we can all agree is on the top 25.
Yeah. It wouldn't have made it there until they came out with this newest DLC, and now I would definitely put it there.
I would have had
I wasn't a fan of it before it came out with the new DLC.
I would have had it on my top 25, but it would not have been high. I would probably been just making it. It was definitely. I don't know if they hadn't done the campaigns, because the 2089 campaign that came out, I love that one too, and I think that bumped it up for me enough that it got it into my top 25. And then the newest one, which I know Key loved Smoke and Thunder too, right? You were a big fan of that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And Wes, App Lab games count, man, for sure. App Lab games are definitely in our top 25. And I know there's one that you're thinking about right now that I forgot on my list. To the top. As soon as Wes said it, because I know it's one of his favorite games. To the top is another one that we should consider.
I have not checked that one out yet.
To the Top is an amazing game, and it should not be on App Lab. It's been in PCVR for a couple of years. It's an amazing game. It's kind of like
it's a racing climbing game, isn't it?
It is. It's a race. I was gonna say it's like Stride, but better. It's just better. The graphics, the agility, the movement, the heights that you can get to. It makes you feel like a superhero the way you can move. It's an amazing game, and I just forgot about it, to be honest with you. I forgot all about it, Wes. But yeah, we did include App Lab games in here, and it deserves to talk about. The only issue here is I'm probably the only one who played it. I don't know if Key, have you ever played To the Top?
I haven't. I have seen it, but I haven't managed to play it. So
yeah. Can we got some people in chat? Can you guys give me a hand here and let me know if any of you played it, and either played it on PCVR or if you played it on the Quest in the App Lab store, and let me know what you think about it, and let me know what you guys think, and should we consider that for our top 25 list? Just because, like I said, none of you guys really played it, so.
No, I couldn't.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to a couple. In Death made both of our lists. In Death Unchained. You can put that on the list. Get that out of the way.
That one's got a huge community too, so
Yeah,
So,
and they're constantly doing like events and stuff where they do these things where you can get in play.
oh yeah, I've got my Beardo Benjo bow in game.
Yeah. Denise Detlef says Space Pirate Trainer was one of the first games I bought. Great game. It's an amazing game. I just can't consider it in my top 25 because it's a basic wave shooter. I mean, if it was a top 25 that we did this a year ago or 2 years ago, it probably would have made it no problem. I just think it gets lost now in today's VR. What else do we have? Walkabout Mini Golf. Can we all agree Walkabout Mini Golf belongs in the list?
Oh, that one's top 5 easy. I'm surprised neither of you said Golf 5 E Club, to be honest.
I thought about it. I need a little more time, and I think they need one more course. If they can give me one more course, I would definitely get it in my top 25. I think it's the best sports game on the Quest. How about I like it better than 2MD. I mean, I like 2MD. Don't get me wrong, but the way it's so good, man. I mean, you got to like golf. If you don't like golf, I can understand why you're not going to get into
I'm
it.
not a golfer, and I still absolutely love the game.
Yeah.
But again,
Big ball. You're gonna say Big Ballers? Your top. Big Ballers is your top sports game. He loves the Shack mode. It's the Shack mode in Big Ball.
That's too funny.
I love Golf 5, man. I'm gonna get it. I want to get in and play more of that. All right. What else? Dash World. Dash World was on all of our lists. We agree.
Absolutely.
Dash belongs in there.
I mean, you can't have a top 25 without a Mario Kart type game in it. So
yeah. All right. What else do we have in there? 11. Synth Riders made both of our lists.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
All right. So we need to discuss Beat Saber as it comes up later. But Synth Riders made both of our lists, and if Key says it made his and it made mine, I think we got to put it in there. Yeah. Well, now let me ask you this: would you put Beat Saber in over Synth Riders?
I would.
Really?
I really would. Yeah. I mean, I like Beat Saber. I started on PSVR, and Beat Saber was one of the first games I got. So I didn't check out Synth Riders until much, much later, and I was at that point I already was, enjoyed Beat Saber so much. So I would personally throw Beat Saber over Synth Riders, but that's a personal choice. I'm clearly overruled on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot of Berbo Valdez. Berbo says he has I have to the top. He didn't say whether he liked it or not. He just says he has to the top. Can you tell us whether you like it or not? And anybody else out there? Nobody else really answered. And I think if nobody else really answers on this one, I think I'm going to make it an honorable mention, but not in our top 25 to the top. And then what I would suggest is this, Nick and Key, go call the devs to the top and get us some giveaway keys so we can do a review and you guys can play to the top. And I want a review for everybody to tell all these amazing people that they should go buy it because it's that good. I love that game.
And that is an app lab game, not just a side quest game.
It is,
right?
and it's multiplayer. You can get in a race against somebody else.
Now you're making me want to spend my 30% code off somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know, and I as soon as Wes said it too, as soon as he said, "Are you putting in App Lab games?" I knew what he was talking about because he is like he champions this game, and it's rightfully so because it's that good. And James Jacob says it's a great quest game. Barabo says it was okay. Nah. So Wes says Pistol Whip is the only rhythm game I'd put in my personal top 25. The question becomes: are we considering popularity or just personal favorites? That's a good point.
It's all subjective, really, honestly, because everyone's got different preferences. Kai likes his artistic games and rhythm games. I love my puzzle games. So I
think we have
subjective.
Yeah, I think we have to consider this a little bit of both. There's no hard set rules here to say, this is this, and you have to you can't use your own personal judgment. You just have to go by the top selling sales. Because if we do that, there's no need for us to make a list. We can just go to the Oculus store, figure out what sells best, and then that's our list. It's not that. We can draw those into our conclusions, but that's not the only criteria that we're going to use. We're going to use our own personal. We're going to use what we think people should be playing if they're going to looking at their top 25 and what they should be buying, and we should be thinking our own at popularity as well. So we're going to take all those things into consideration. All right, so Warplanes was on both of ours. Can we put Warplanes?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Warplanes is. I think Warplanes was originally on my top 5. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. We're putting Synth Riders on there, Nick.
Nah. All right.
We'll talk. Yeah. Once we get to one, we're going to talk about Beat Saber. Now I forgot Pop 1 on my list. You had it on yours. I did forget it on mine, but I will concede right now and put it on and say it should have been on my list. You want to go ahead and put that on the list? Pop 1. No particular order. Again, we're just putting it on the list. So population 1 we'll put on there.
25.
Yeah, right.
At least 24, man.
All right. So we got Dash, we got Walk, we got Contractors, we got In Death, we got Pistol Whip, we got 11, we got Synth Riders. All right. I think that's where we go astray, my friend.
Yeah.
Because how many is that?
Did y'all both have Until You Fall on your list?
Key did not have Until You Fall. So let's talk Until You Fall. Let's get that one out of the way. Have you played Until You Fall, Key?
Yeah, of course. Playing quite a bit of time.
I mean, to me, I think it's probably the best melee game out there on the Quest, or one of the best anyway. I don't have another one. I think in my my top 25.
Key listed Gladius, which is another melee type game.
Well, yeah, that's my and that's okay. Let's make that question. Would you consider Gladius better than Until You Fall?
I would have to still go with Until You Fall. I don't know where Key stands on that one, but Until You Fall is more visually appealing, and the physics, in my opinion, are slightly better. Not much, but slightly better. But Gladius is still a great game. That's a really tough call between the two.
All right, let's put it this way: if you were going to,
that's it.
They are.
Even though
They are.
Similar with the hack and slash, it's more like comparing Gladius with Gorn would be the same sort of thing.
Yeah, I feel that's a good assessment.
Got more of a rhythm sort of feel with trying to get through to the next stage.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's a different game because it's a roguelite, right? It's if you have roguelites are not everybody's cup of tea.
Definitely a good game.
I mean, I think if you're going to recommend a game, if you think about it this way, I'm going to recommend a game to somebody who's just bought a Quest, and then they said, "Give me a game. Should I go get Gladius or should I go get Until You Fall?" I think I'd have to probably point them. I like both as well, but I think I'd probably have to point them to Until You Fall. I think it's more polished. I just think it's a little bit better at this point than Gladius. Yeah. Now that might be, they're still working on Gladius. Gladius might change. It might. If we do this into the list again, I'd like to do this list again, maybe 6 months and see what it looks like at that point. You know what I mean?
Well, replayability is a big issue when it comes to games because people want games that they can play over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. And both of them are that way, but I feel that Until You Fall has just a bit more replayability to me with its roguelite aspect as opposed to just going into an arena like you can with Gladius, which there are other aspects to Gladius, but the arena is kind of the center point, the focal point of the game.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, Battle Talent's another good one. And that's a free game too, am I right?
Yeah, it is free. Free App Lab game.
Yeah. That's a good point too, Key. That's a good one. Yeah. All right, so is there anything else we can get out of the way? All right, my number one, Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. Can we agree that Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, needs to be on the list, right?
It's on the list. I don't know if I'd go with number one, but it's
on the list. We're not doing that yet. We're just saying should it be on the list? That's all.
Definitely.
All right. So, all right. Here's where our lists differ, Key. So we have to kind of go through. We've got about 12 of the list set up, so we need to kind of go through some of these and see how we can figure these out. So let's take my number 2, Sniper Elite. Is Sniper Elite a game that we think belongs in the top 25? I know that Nick hasn't played it. Key, have you played it?
I haven't. Not
Okay.
on the Quest.
It's a tough,
Would you-
tough call there.
Yeah, it's tough for you. It's tough for you guys because you haven't played it. But would either of you concede that it should belong on the top 25? I mean, we're talking a AAA game.
I've heard a lot of good things about it. So, I mean, I don't really hear any negative things about it. So I can't see why it shouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is where it gets difficult because again, you know, that's not on Key's list, but he hasn't played it yet. But you know, this might not be a game that he's real interested in. You know what I mean? Because he's, you know, the things that he has on his list are a little bit different than I have on my list. But you know, we don't. I don't want.
Release on console.
Oh yeah, and if you liked it on console, I mean, you're absolutely gonna.
I know exactly what the game is.
Yeah, and it's amazing. It's 10 times better in VR than it is on a console, just because you're there and you're in it. So, I mean, if you can take anything from that, and if you can say, yeah, I think that belongs on the list, then I think we need to probably put that on the list.
Okay, we'll go with that one then.
Okay. All right, Key. Let's do this. Take a game off your list that you think deserves and has to be on the top 25. And we need to discuss it and let's try and work through it to see if we can convince me or Nick that it needs to go on there.
Oh, but I love them all.
I know, right? So you got there's some stuff you got here. You got like Sirento. Do you want to talk Sirento and see if we can?
Yeah,
see if
Sirento should definitely go in the top 20.
All right. So let's talk Sirento on
stuff like that.
Yeah, super good game. I don't have a problem with putting it on. I would definitely take one of my top 25 off and put Sirento in there. I think Sirento deserves to be in there. It's the movement in that game and making you feel like a badass ninja is there. And I would love to have somebody new. If I'm pointing somebody in a direction of saying this is one of the games you have to own if you have a Quest, Sirento Untethered. Because Untethered is important there. It's different when you don't have the cord attached to you and you're moving so much in that game. It's different. So,
I have not played any other game on the Quest that has similar physics to it, from the squatting down to sliding to the way you can double jump and then slow down time while you're double jumping. The only reservation I have on this game, especially to new Quest users, is motion sickness. I could see people getting motion sickness out of this game.
Yeah, I think you need to have a bit of your VR legs. I mean, I don't think it's terrible, but I think when you're moving around and you're flipping and stuff, I think you could definitely get there. So it's not a game.
Teleport movement, isn't it? So
it's not free.
Smooth movement gets them.
No.
Yeah,
you spend a lot of time jumping in that game.
Yeah, it's not smooth locomotion. It's not meant to be. Like even the new Hellsweeper, which is by the developers for Sirento, uses a lot of that teleport dash thing. It still uses it, so it is easier in that fact. But yeah, it's not something I'd want to say that if you're not used to VR, you probably shouldn't jump in there. But let me do this. I'm going to say I'm taking one of my top 25 out, and I will definitely add Sirento in because I agree that it deserves to be there.
Yeah,
all right, let me fight for Demio. I think Demio needs to be on the top 25. I think it deserves to be high on the top 25. They keep adding to this game. Resolution Games made a masterpiece with this game. It is super creepy. Sorry, guys, my dog's going crazy. It is super creepy, and it's a cool environment in the dungeons, and the new chapters that they're doing is amazing. And and I love it, man. I love Demio, and I can't wait for their next dungeon that they're going to do. But yeah.
I mean, I don't know that Kai has played it, but I played it quite a bit. And unfortunately, when you start that game, you're going to be in there for a solid 3 to 4 hours until you finish it. And as far as tabletop type games go, they're really, I don't see anything else better on the standalone.
Yeah. And, I'd love to see them bring this Table of Tales, the new one I just played that just launched on Steam, because I think that's a very close, that's more of a campaign-driven tabletop game. But, I mean, right now, Demio is it. Demio is it.
Denise says your dog wants Demio on the list.
Yeah, right. I said Demio, and my dog Jax went, "Hell yeah, give me some Demio." Oh yeah. I have like a 20-pound miniature Australian Shepherd that thinks he's a badass. He's like probably the most scared dog in the world, but he'll bark at you like he thinks he's a badass. All right, Key. I know you didn't play it. Can you concede to me that you think Demio should be on the list?
Yeah, I can happily say we can go on there.
Cool. All right, let's have you fight for one of your list. You want to?
Robo Recall?
Yeah, I was just about to say that one. Robo Recall, I think, is kind of a classic, right? This is a classic game. Still good. They don't really do much with this game anymore. It's kind of, I think it's starting to get a little bit long in the tooth of the game.
They're finished with that game, but it's been around for a while now, hasn't it?
It is. My question, I guess, is it better than any other game out there like that deserves to be on the top 25?
It's definitely up there in comedy. The one-liners they have are just fantastic. I don't know. I think the game's a fantastic game. I absolutely love it. I don't know that I would put it in my top 25, though. I really don't.
Well, let me ask you this, Key. Would you fight for that game more than any other game? Like, do you have another one on your list? You're like, I want this game on my in the top 25 that I want to really fight for. So, if we said, or is Robo Recall it? Because I'm on the fence with Robo Recall. I could go either way. I could be swayed to say yes, let's agree and put it on there. Or if you have, I don't know, if you want to fight more for the climb, or do you want to fight more for real VR fishing?
I was going to say, yeah, you don't have them ones on there, do you? You don't have real VR fishing or like Township Tale or the climb.
No,
they're all like,
no, and I think to me, I would be more apt to, if you said, let me, yeah, I was gonna say, let me put one of those aside. I would pick any of those other three to say I would make more concession for like real VR fishing or the climb or Township Tales than I probably would for Robo Recall at this point for top 25. I agree. I think real VR fishing could be on there, no problem.
Oh yeah.
And Wes makes a great point too. Robo Recall is a million times better on the Rift. Unfortunately, that's one of the ones. That's the ones that visually, the controls are a little bit snappier. But yeah, I mean that's one of the ones that did not port over well. I mean, there's a lot of games that did. You know, Red Matter being one of them that ported over almost 1-to-1 and beautiful and looks perfect. This game, if you said which one should I play it on, go play it on the Rift because it's that much better. You should try it, Nick. You have it. Actually, yeah, you have it, so it's something you should try because I think you really you finished Robo Recall. You really liked it.
I did.
I think you would be shocked at how good it is on PC.
I heard there's a mod on PC too that gives you free locomotion.
It does give you smooth turn.
Biggest complaint of that game.
Yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks. I hate teleport. I hate snap turn.
I find it to be on the Quest a strategy type thing when you're teleporting. You know, you use it as a strategy to where you're going to face and land and whatnot. So.
Yeah, I mean, if you're using teleport like a dash, like Hellsweeper does now, I kind of like it, or Sirento did. I kind of like that, but if you're using it as basic movement, I hate it. I hate it.
It's tough. It's tough.
And to not give me options to get out of it. I mean, I don't have a problem that it's in there, but give me an option to get out of it. You know what I mean? Every game should have that option.
Well, so many games these days have free locomotion, nearly all of them. So
I'm going to take. I need to take one off my list already for the other one that we put on. What did we put on? Okay, we put we put Sirento on. So I need to take one off for Sirento. So I will take
it's tough pick, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Arcaxer off my list. So I'm gonna drop Arcaxer as into my honorable mention. And now I need to take one more because I agree. I'm gonna put Real VR Fishing down in there because I think it deserves to be there. So I agree with you, and I will put Real VR Fishing on our official list. And guys in chat, if you guys want to mention and have a vote, give us your opinion. You know what I mean?
Well, Wes says he sees your Sirento and will raise you a swarm.
It's coming. It's coming. It is coming. Swarm is on its way.
Not quite the same type of game, unfortunately.
No, but I think I like
Swarm in the category of like Grad and.
Oh, it's another good one we should have had on the list. Grad's so good. I love Grad. Yeah, there's so many good games. This is tough. It's not easy, guys. This is not an easy thing to do because there's so many good games out there. All right, so I need to take another one off of my list for Real VR Fishing, and I will drop Eternal. I'm gonna rock. Yeah, no, Synth Riders is on my list. I'm dropping Eternal Starlight, and I'm not a rhythm guy, so you should know that me putting Synth Riders on the list is not easy. But I like it it's so good that I'll keep it on there. All right, let's go. All right, well, Wes just mentioned it. Let's talk about Swarm. Swarm to me, number one, it's on my short list of game of the year. Forget about top 25. It's on my short list of game of the year for Quest this year. I think we've all played Swarm.
Yeah, I know I have. I don't know if you have or not, Key, but it's a very unique game.
Key has, right? This game is so good. The movement, the speed, the shooting is all good. It's extremely polished. The music is great. I love the little bees, the B film kind of classic one-liners and the funny shit in here.
And it's actually very challenging too.
Oh my God, some of the later levels are impossible, man. And if you can, it has different difficulties, so you can play it like on impossible or whatever it is, and it gets so challenging. It's so hard. And it's got great leaderboard scoring. So if you want to chase leaderboards, you can chase leaderboards. If you just want to power through it, you can power through it. Man, this game is awesome, and I love it. And I think it definitely deserves to be on top 25. How about you guys?
Yeah, I'm totally okay with that being on the top 25. Love the game. I need to get back into it again. It's been a little while since I played it.
These guys have promised multiplayer. Can you imagine when they drop multiplayer? And
that's going to be insane.
It's going to be amazing, man. I cannot wait. Sorry, yeah, I apologize, everybody. It's during the day. Usually I do this at night, and it's all quiet in my house, and it's a
your dog's
madhouse
just
here right
agreeing
now.
with you on Swarm, you know.
I'd be Mad Papa Eric right now if I could be upstairs going, what in the crap is going on? Oh, it's good. So, all right, we're gonna put Swarm on the list. All right.
What does that make now? What do we got?
We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's getting tight now. We only have 9 spots left. So, and I have a shit ton of games that need to get on there still. All right, Sniper Elite, Saints and Sinners, Demio, Pistol Whip, Contractor, Swarm, In Death, Warplanes, Walkabout, Until You Fall. Did we put Dash Dash World on there, guys? Yes, we did. Dash Dash is on there. Warplanes is on there. Yes.
Yep. Warplanes.
11 Table Tennis is on there. Okay. So, all right. So, Key, we still have Pistol Whip. We still have Phantom Covert Ops. We've still got Lies Beneath. We've got Warhammer, Zero Caliber, Moss, the Star Wars games, The Room, Red Matter. Make an argument for one of your games over any of those games. So if you want to pick, just pick one of yours you have left. You're on a Township Tales. Yeah, I knew this was going to come up with this one. Here's my problem with Township Tales. It's a cool builder, like a town builder, but we have an amazing community with our Discord with Township Tales, and Dylan Morrison's here, and he's one of our Township Tale moderators inside of our Discord, and the only problem I see with this game is what's the end game here? You can't level your character up really. You're just leveling your town up. So what is there to do once you've built what you need to build? What's left to go back to? Like, they've built up this amazing town inside of one of these servers in our Oculus Quest Community 2 server. What makes you want what is there exploration? Can you still do things? Or are there different areas to discover?
See, I think once the town's built, it turns into like a. Go ahead, Kai. Go ahead.
There is leveling up. It's just a lot of people don't realise the big podiums are actually the way to level your character up in different classes, from attacking to your mining to your forging. So that's how you actually increase your character and your abilities and stuff, as well as all the crafting and stuff. It's mainly more like a little bit of dungeon crawler with a town builder, because the mines go like past level 50, which which is nigh on impossible to get to by like wandering down by yourself, pretty much. So there is a lot to do there, but
yeah.
you
So I mean,
need to know what you're doing.
Yeah. So my question is, I mean, we do have an active community in there, so it sounds like people are still playing it and still wanting to play it. I mean, Dylan is here and he's talking about that there's a bunch of areas left to explore. He says there's still a lot to do. Yeah, I mean, I'll be the first to admit, I did Township Tales in the testing for the beta, and we all had access to it so we could play it. And I never went back to it. But again, that's not my type of game. And this is not just my list. This isn't, what does Eric like to play? This is what do we like to play and what would we suggest to people? So I'm completely okay with taking another game off my list, but it's getting tougher. We have 9 spots left. And I'm gonna need to start fighting for more of my games. So I'm gonna take Zero Caliber off my list. If you agree with that, Key, because you didn't have Zero Caliber on your list, so I assume that you would be okay with me taking it.
To go in on the list, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's down to me that I'm not. The rest of the games I can't. I mean, I guess I could take Zero Caliber or Star Wars Pinball off. Which one do you think?
If you were going to take either, I would probably go with Zero Caliber.
Me too. That's one I would choose.
Because I feel like Pinball just has to be on there somewhere.
I love that game, man. I love that game. All right, I'm taking Zero Caliber off, and we are going to put Township Tales on which is a great, man. We have a $10 game. $10 for this game. This is a great, on our top 25. This is amazing, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This
Community-based games are always going to be, somewhat of a hit, but this one just kind of takes it to that next level.
Again, it just goes to show you don't need to be $60 to be an amazing game. I mean, these guys made a great game that apparently has a ton of content, and I'm sure they'll be doing more. Now, I know that Todd tells me all the time because he's in the PC server as well, and he's in the testing for the PC server. So he says they have a ton more stuff that's in the PC that is eventually going to trickle down to the Quest version. So you're going to get more content, guys. More stuff is coming.
I think on the PC, and I may be wrong on this, but I think it's actually a free game on PC. I don't think they even charge for it.
I think it is free. I think you're right. I think it is free. Yeah. Yep. All right. So yeah, Township Tales is on. Good job, Keith, for bringing that one up. All right, I'm going to pull up one of mine. Let's talk.
I heard you mention Moss.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to fight for Moss yet. All right, I'm going to fight for it now because I love it so much. And I'm going to get a lot of backlash on this, but I'm going to fight for Yuki to be in the top 25. Guys, you can't just take face value of Yuki. You have to play through it and see it's not just a bullet hell game. There's so much more going on here. You have to make decisions in this game. Number one, you have to make decisions in-game quickly because you have these things coming at you. And what happens is you open up a capsule that has power-up in it. You have seconds to choose how you are going to progress through that run by choosing between 4 power-ups. And you have seconds to decide. And you have to look at each one. Then you have to figure, how do I want to play it? There's no other roguelite is like this because most roguelites, when you have power-ups in-game, you could take all your time in the world. You're in a dungeon or you're in a hallway or you're static. You're not moving, so you can just look at something and say,
"It gives you seconds."
This one gives you seconds. They do this on purpose, and they do it so well that choices that you make in those seconds are going to hurt you or help you the next level or down the road or where So you have to decide early on. This is where I'm going. I'm going to go max health, or I'm going to go max speed, fire rate, or I'm going to go max shielding and max. Freeze ray or freeze gun, freeze pod, or if I'm going to go power, you know what I mean? And you have to choose that, and you have to fluctuate back and forth because you don't want to be too much of one or too much of the other, and you have to continue to do this throughout the game. And then there's the art style, and the pacing is perfect. The music is amazing, man. I love just getting in this game and losing myself and I can just jump into this game. This is not a game where you have to sink hours into. I can get in and do one run in Yuki and play for 30 minutes, and I'm completely happy. And then when I need to get out to go do something else, I can just jump out.
Yeah, and it's also not one of those games that you have to remember where you left off at. You can just jump in at any time. A lot of games you'll pause them, you'll come back to them a week, 2 months later, whatever, and you got to try and remember the story that you've completed up to that point. Yuki is not that way, but
Yeah.
For all of its pluses, and I do love Yuki to death, I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I do not think so.
I'm gonna make a concession. You guys know how much I love Yuki.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a choice. We need to either take Yuki or we got to take Ven. Yuki or Ven, VR Adventure. I'll let you guys decide. One of them's got to go on there.
That is a tough call. You know, I haven't completed Ven yet, and I've got quite a bit far into Yuki. Kai, have you had a chance to play Ven at all?
No. But I have seen a lot of gameplay for it.
That's a really tough call. You know, Ven is $29.99, isn't it?
It is, but I think it's substantially much more game. So
Is it? Yeah.
I mean, it's substantially more. I mean, you're talking probably with a difficulty level, you're probably talking a 10 to 12 hour game with Ven, and you're probably talking once you get through it, there's probably 3 or 4 hours of content in Yuki. Maybe a little more with the difficulty, but yeah.
I love Yuki to death, but I think I'm gonna go with Ven.
I don't feel terrible about this. I didn't really go over Ven really early on, but it's probably, and again, probably my top 5 of game of the year. So I don't have a problem putting Ven on the list. It deserves to be there. And the port from the port that then came, because it was a PC game first, a PC VR game. It's almost identical, and it was beautiful in PC VR. It's almost identical between the port version of Ven in PC VR into Quest version. It's that good. It looks so good. The dynamic lighting that they have and shadows that they have in this game are amazing. I don't know how they did it. These guys are wizards. I don't know how they moved it and made it and optimized it to where it looks so good. So I'm crying on the inside because I'm losing my Yuki, but I'm happy for Ven, and it deserves to be on the list. So I will put Ven on the list.
That's all right. Arvor Studios does have some other pretty fantastic games that I would probably choose over Yuki.
No, sorry.
I
mess with my Yuki, bro.
I love Pixel Rip 1995, man. It's just that game is amazing.
I know. That's good. That's good. All right, Key. You have we got Real VR Fishing in there for you. We got Township Tales in there for you. You got games like I Expect You to Die. We got Sirento in there for you. We got I Expect You to Die. Beat Saber. We're running out of spots now. We have 8 spots left. 7 spots left.
That we didn't mention.
Can you think of anything that we didn't mention, Nick, that you would that you would have on there?
Oh, God, yeah.
Really?
Oh,
we just had a list of almost probably. I mean, we only had about 10 of the same, so we had a list of 35 games. What else?
I did not hear you guys mention Creed or Thrill of the Fight. Y'all don't like those boxing games?
They're okay. I mean, Creed's all right. I don't consider it nowhere near a top 25 game. Thrill of the Fight's nice for a workout game, but
I mean, if Todd was in here, I would definitely be hearing Workrooms.
Workrooms. Yeah. I would have said we should have done this in Workrooms and then talk about Workrooms. I mean, there's a couple on here that Wes said that I probably are honorable mentions. They're not in my top 25, but Upergrad, Windlands, Journey of the Gods, another good one. What else did Wes say? Super Hot, Crashland, Res Infinite, Trover.
Down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, down the rabbit. Wes, these are so tough. When you're making your list, you have to. It's trade-offs, because I had a list of probably 40 that I wanted to put in my top 25, and you have to make concessions. So if any of the ones, if we put Crashlands in there, I had Crashlands in my top 25. I had it at 25 when I first started. But again, what do I put it in over? If I have it in my top 25, I've got to take out Red Matter or The Room or Star Wars or Lies Beneath or Warhammer. And I just don't know if I can do that for Crashland. Same thing for Super Hot. Super Hot just never gripped me as a game. It's a good game. I was like, okay, this is good, but I don't think it's better than any of the other games we have on here.
For all of its problems,
Trover, I just watched Trover being played by Wes for the first time. If I had more experience in Trover playing it myself, because I think the humor and the gameplay in that game is amazing, it probably deserves to be in our top 25. And maybe by the time we make our next top 25 list, I will have played it by then. and we would give it more consideration.
And, you know, for all of its problems at launch, one of the games you guys didn't mention, and I really do still love this game, is Larcenauts.
I know. It's another one I had to leave out. I wanted to put in there. But again, what do you take out? What do you take out? You know. All right, so let's talk about what's on my list. I've still got Phantom Covert Ops. I still got Lies Beneath. I still have Warhammer. I've got Moss. I've got Star Wars. I've got the Room. I've got Red Matter, and I've got Star Wars Pinball.
I'm vouching for Lies Beneath.
Key, you've got you still have the Climb. You still got the Pixel Rip games. You still have I Expect You to Die. I can't put Smash Drums, Gladius, Tribes. I can't put King's Prey. I just can't do it.
I can't do Smash Drums.
I just can't. If we put any of those games on the list over the ones I just mentioned.
What if we put Big Ballers basketball in there?
Yeah, exactly. If we put Big Ballers on basketball on the list, people are going to be like, they'll be leaving our community in droves, going to some of the other communities out there that we don't want to talk about.
Now, I have a question. Did you guys already put The Room on the list? Is it?
We did not, because Key did not have it on his list.
And he says that in the chat.
Yeah, Key did not have it on his list, so I did not put it in automatically. So I'm looking right now. I don't see it. I think it should be on there, but it's something we need to talk about. You guys want to talk about that one? Key, have you played The Room?
I haven't.
Nick, have you played The Room, right?
Oh, I played it twice. I've beaten the game. I played it on my 64 gig, and I beat the game, and then I bought the 256 gig, and I actually went back and beat the game a second time. And for me to play a game all the way through to completion, I mean, I know it's not super long, but 2 times, it's a very good game. Very, very great game.
Yeah. Darren Bedwell's here. How you doing, Darren? He said Blast On, another good one. Blast On's a good game. Again, I'd have to, if Darren, if you put Blast On in the top 25, you've got to take out one of the games that we've already just put in. So give me an idea of what you would take out. What would you take out of there to put Blast On in there? Radio Run says Echo VR. This is another one that probably deserves to be in there because, hell, it's a free game. But I just don't like. I'm just not an Echo fan. I don't like it at all. I played about 5 minutes of it, and I don't want to
y'all
play
would
it.
Probably be shocked to learn that I have never stepped foot in Echo Arena.
I don't know if you'd like it. I really don't. I mean,
I hear a lot of.
You hate it?
Breaking your controller.
Yeah, really, you do too. I mean, there are some people out there that are very, very good at it. Scion from the Virtual Strangers Discord and community is a level 50, which is the highest you can be, and so is Radio Run, by the way. Both very, very good players. And when you watch them play, I've watched the gameplay, and it can be a fun game to watch. I mean, it's like having real sport, in there, but just not for me. And again, I'd have to take something else off of here, and there's not one game on here I see so far that I would take off for Echo VR.
I mean, I played Lone Echo, and I'm assuming it's got similar mechanics.
It's
just the
movement, just the gravity, the zero gravity movement. That's
right.
All. That's the only thing. James Jacobs says I'm just an okay player. He's just okay. He's level 50, but he's just okay.
He maxes out he's maxed out on Demio too, I think.
Yeah, he's just an okay Demio player. He plays more Demio than anybody I know, and he's like, I'm just okay. He maxed out in Demio in the first 2 weeks of the launch. He had everything he could open. All right, guys. So let's take a look. What do we have left? We have how many spots? 1, 2, 3. We have 6 spots. So Key, Wizards Dark Times, The Climb, Pixel Ripped, I Expect You to Die, Beat Saber. What are you fighting for?
Oh, that's tough.
Chat, you guys in chat, listen.
Yeah,
you guys in chat, help us out.
Purely.
Beat Saber, Wizards Dark Times, The Climb, Pixel Ripped, I Expect You to Die. Your vote, which one of those belongs on the list? Beat Saber, Wizards Dark Times, The Climb, Pixel Ripped, I Expect You to Die. Nick, what do you think?
I would have to go out of that list, Wizards Dark Times. It's the only one on that list that's gesture-based mechanics. The way you interact in the game with your magic. Burning vines, climbing rocks. It's got a lot of cool stuff, and they've got co-op coming to the game. So I would have to. Dark Times is probably definitely on that list.
I mean, I Expect You to Die. I think it's a very, very good game, and I liked the first one, but the second one really hit me. I liked it a lot. I thought it was creative, and there's not a big difference between the two, just basically new levels, right? But I liked it a lot. I thought it was very good. I like Pixel Ripped. I love the Pixel Rip series. I like The Climb. I didn't play the first one, but I played the second one, and I thought it was very well done. Beautiful game. Looks really good in the Quest. But my vote would be for Wizards Dark Times as well, because it's a different game than you're going to find, and it's deep, and there's a lot to it. There's
a lot of replayability to it.
There is a ton of replayability. Even after you finish the game, you can go back in again and play with you can start from scratch, but play with all the abilities and weapons and magic that you have opened up through the game. You can start out right from scratch as a badass, and who doesn't want to do that? You know what I mean?
Not a whole lot of games out there have a new game plus mode to them on VR anyways.
Key, would you be okay with putting Wizards in there?
Yeah, of course.
All right. So Wizards Dark Times is in. All right, let's talk. All right, so that means I need to take another one off my list, guys. So I need to get rid of Phantom, Moss, Lies Beneath, Warhammer.
Is that the only ones you can get rid of?
Star Wars Pinball, The Room of Dark Matter, Red Matter.
All right, why don't you choose between one of two? Because I don't think that it's fair to have Red Matter and The Room on the same list, because they're both puzzling games.
Oh my god!
You got to pick between one or the other.
Why are you making me do this? It's like picking which kid I like the best. Which...
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to have both of them. So if I was to choose between, and I haven't finished Red Matter yet, so it's hard for me to pick, but if I was to choose, I would definitely go with The Room as I stand now.
What about Star Wars Pinball? What if I chose between the three? Or do I need to get a puzzle game off of there, is what you're saying?
I think you need to pull a puzzle game, so we got quite a few.
Pinball for two puzzle games. Is that what you're trying to say there?
Yeah. The Room is so good. I consider it. I think I consider it the best puzzle game. Period. Whatever platform you're on, and I put that over Myst. I put it over Red Matter. And I love Red Matter, and the way they made that game look on the Quest it deserves the top 25 spot just in that alone. But I will concede that The Room of Dark Matter is a better puzzle game, and we will put The Room of Dark Matter on our list. We have 5 spots left.
Did Dark Times get on there?
Yep, Wizards is on there. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 spots left. So I'm sorry, you're right. 4 spots left, guys. We've got 2MD Football, Pavlov Shack, Beat Saber, Pixel Ripped, I Expect You to Die, Star Wars from Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, Moss, Phantom Covert Ops, Lies Beneath, Warhammer.
Let me ask you, do you have any sports games on the list already?
Fishing, if you consider fishing a sports game.
I mean, technically it is, but
yeah,
because you mentioned 2MD Football, and I'm thinking I don't.
Yeah, we have 11. We have 11 table tennis.
Okay, so we do have another sports game on there. We got to have at least one sports game on the list.
I mean, again, for me, I don't really care about that top 25. I mean, I'm not trying to represent everything here. I'm just trying to represent what is the best game.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's talk Beat Saber. It's time to talk Beat Saber, okay? Because we need to make a decision here on Beat Saber. Guys in the chat, please tell me, do you think Beat Saber belongs in this list? We have 4 spots left. Do you think Beat Saber has to be on the top 25 list? Not on my top 25. It is on Nick's top 25. It is on Key's 25. I think I need to concede here and say, Eric, your prejudice against Beat Saber needs to end. And I need to say, I love Beat Saber. I'm a huge Skrillex fan. And
Skrillex fan, aren't you?
Jerry Skrillex is one of the best musical artists out there, and he needs to be represented. I love
thought it
Jerry.
was Abraham.
Abraham Skrillex. Oh shit, man. Okay, so all right, I'm going to concede Beat Saber. I'm gonna get rid of Star Wars Pinball, and I'm gonna say goodbye to Beat Saber. All right, we got
All
3
right,
spots
I
left.
can live with that.
Guys, we have 3 spots left. I still have 6 games that need to be on there.
What are your 6 games left?
All right, Kai, you are out of games. I'm sorry, my friend, because I can't put Big Ballers. You got 3 spots, and I can't put Big Ballers on there.
Oh, he's giving the frowny face.
I can't put. I'm sorry. I can't do Tribes DJ or King Spray or 2MD because we still listen to me. We still got Phantom Covert Ops. We've got Lies Beneath, Warhammer, Moss, Star Wars, and Red Matter. We got 2. What did I say? 2 spots. 3 spots.
Lies Beneath.
I think Lies Beneath. I think Lies Beneath
be on
has
that
to be
one.
on. Yeah, I think it's probably one of the best horror games on the Quest platform, up there with Blair Witch, because that's another one we should have considered was Blair Witch, because that one's very good too. But I haven't beat it yet, so I really haven't had a chance to put it on there. But I know Wes just did, and Wes has it up there, man. He loved the ending of this game, Wes from Virtual Strangers. And he streamed the whole thing, and I watched. I've only played through about half of it, maybe a little bit more. And from what he says and what I've seen in his stream, that game at the last 3 hours of that game picks up so much that it's not going to make our list this time, guys. But I think when we do our next list, say 6 months from now, I think it's something we're going to have to consider. We should all try and play through it. So let's all. Key, did you play Lies Beneath? Did you get a chance to play that?
I didn't.
You should play it because you're. Yeah. I mean, you should play it though because I mean, it's such a good game. You would love. I mean, being an artist yourself, you would love the graphic art comic book style of the game. It's done so well, and some people give it a hard time because of that look, but they do this on purpose. To me, this is an art style. The way they did this. The gameplay is great. The story is super creepy, and it's done really well.
The art style actually matches the gameplay because you read through comics in the game, and it's kind of goes along with it, so it fits it very nicely.
Yeah, I mean the variety of different monsters and creepy beings and entities that you come up against is really cool. The story behind it is really good. The way they use things like the lighter in the game. I mean, you use this light. There's a lighter in this game, like a flamed, like a Zippo lighter. Yeah, a Zippo lighter, and you use it basically to tell you what direction to go because I mean you're basically lost in the woods. And what happens is when you open the lighter up, the flame will flicker one way or the other, and it'll actually point you in directions of where you need to go. It'll also give you a targeting reticle because without the light, you can't see to shoot what you're shooting, and so you do not normally have a target reticle with your ranged weapons. But once you open the lighter, all of a sudden now you can see better, and you have a targeting reticle to shoot, and it's just cool.
And it's not even just an item in the game; it's actually a gift from your missing father.
Right. So the story is so good. It's you are unraveling a crazy mystery. I love it. So let's put Lies Beneath on there. And all right, we got 2 spots left, guys.
Oh, did you mention Warhammer is one of your games being left?
Yeah, Warhammer. Here's what's left: Warhammer, Phantom Covert Ops, Moss, Star Wars: Tales from the Galaxy's Edge.
I can't vouch for Star Wars yet because I haven't played it. So I'm
going to say let's take Star Wars right off because I'll agree that let me play because I need to play the new DLC. The DLC turns out to be amazing. Then more people get a chance to play it. We'll revisit it maybe. But right now I don't think I can put it on there. So that leaves Phantom Covert Ops, Moss, Warhammer Battle Sisters.
That's a tough 3 to choose from right there. It's a real tough 3 to choose from.
Not easy. Not easy.
Did we lose Kai?
I think we might have. He blacked.
Okay, blacked out.
Yeah.
I'm
Raider Run says pinball must be on that list.
It tried. It did not make it, I don't think, but it tried.
All right,
Oh,
so let's talk. Yeah, we got, what do we have? Three there? Three of them, right?
yeah, I'm
All
gonna
right.
probably go with my first pick out of the three of being Warhammer. I
Hmm.
really do like Warhammer. The story, and I've never even played any of the Warhammer games before, but the story behind it,
All right.
the physics, mechanics, gameplay, I would have to
I'm gonna
add
fight
that
you on.
one.
I'm gonna fight you on this, but I'm gonna agree. Let's agree that we should take Moss off the list.
I agree that we should take it off, but only because of the length of the game.
Yeah.
The story is fantastic. The platform style is great. It's just not a very long game, and I guess that's why I'm going to agree with you to take it off the
So
list.
do you think that, because let's agree. All right, let's both agree that we have two spots. Let's both agree that Phantom Covert Ops has to be on this list.
Yeah, I kind of
So-
agree on that.
So Phantom Covert Ops goes on. It's basically between Moss and Warhammer, and this one's difficult for me. I'm going to admit I have a tough time with this one because I love Warhammer. It was a very good game. It was a little shallow to me.
You mean like it's just not long enough, or
Just
you
the
mean
whole
shallow isn't-
shallow gameplay wise. It was you have your gun, either a pistol or you have your main weapon, and then you have your charged saber, your sword, your battle sword.
Are we talking? We're talking Warhammer, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Warhammer Battle Sisters. Yeah,
I'm sitting there thinking, I don't remember a pistol in Moss. What game did you play? I'm like, did the Quill have a pistol?
Quill's got her pistol out. She's capping back. She capped people in the ass with her pistol. That would be awesome. Chapter 2, Quill comes out with a pistol, starts shooting.
Yeah, right.
Key was back. We had Key back for a second, and then
Yeah.
he went back out. So he's just having some issues. Unfortunately, again, we're using we're launching from here in the U.S. So Key's coming in here from England. So that's why you see some lag when he's talking, and it doesn't sound great. But we'll work on that for our next one.
Yeah.
There he is. All right. Hopefully he's back. Hey, Key.
So
We're down to our last decision, and we lost him again. Poor Key. All right. So
Warhammer or Moss?
okay, we can hear you though. At least we just don't have your camera, but we can hear you, Key. Warhammer or Moss? Guys in the chat, can you give us a hand? Warhammer or Moss? We see some votes for either one?
Yeah, because
Larry Kirk said
tough
Ops
pick.
and Hammer is what Larry Kirk voted for. He voted for Phantom Covert
Ops
Ops
and
and,
Hammer.
Warhammer.
Well, we can all agree that Phantom
But,
Ops is a great game and should definitely be on there. So
But James Jacob Radio Run says Moss. Somebody else said Moss. Wes said Moss lies beneath Phantom Covert Ops.
I feel like I'm losing the battle in Warhammer here.
I think so too. Gary, there is Key. Hey Key, did you play Moss? Can you hear us? Did you play Moss?
What's the
I
same
didn't play
Molly?
Moss.
Did you play? You didn't get a chance to play Warhammer either, did you?
I did play Warhammer.
What did you think about Warhammer? Do you think it was a good game? You did not have it in your top 25. You didn't have it in your top 25, right?
It was a tough call, but it was a very good game. It's the story's well wrought, and it's a lot of different weapon choices and styles. But I mean,
Yeah.
I can't really comment on that between that and Moss because I haven't played Moss.
Yeah.
Both games highly story driven.
Yeah.
So it's
I think
Moss
from
is a
what I'm
classic,
seeing,
isn't it?
it is, and that's why I'm
It is.
thinking. And I'm thinking from what I see from the chat, and what I think, Moss being a classic game that people love. There's not much like it out there besides maybe Ven is the only other third-person platformer that I know of, but
and Moss
Yeah.
is on multiple platforms where Warhammer is not.
You're right. It is. It's just an Oculus exclusive, I think. Warhammer. Right? It's not on Steam. It's not. It's definitely not on
Not
PlayStation.
PS.
I know that.
Yeah, it's not on PlayStation.
Yeah. Wes said, "What about Doom 3?" We did mention Doom 3 because we said we put it in there when we said App Lab games and we said any game or side quest games. We said any game. We did bring up Doom 3, and he said it's better than both. I thought it was. I thought it was good. It did not make my top 25, but I agree it was very, very good. And
I don't know.
did you guys play it? Did you guys play Doom?
I played what is that? That Quake game, the one that you load off a side quest, the original Quake in
Yeah.
VR, which I thought
Yep.
was, of course, it's really blocky. It's the old Quake game. It was a Nintendo 64 game, but
Yeah.
I had not got the chance to play Doom 3 on
Doom was, you should
VR
do it.
yet.
I mean, because you can get it for $3.99. You have to download it from Steam. So you have to own the game on Steam for $3.99. Then you can download it through SideQuest and you can play it and, you can play it with once you download it from SideQuest, you can play it in your standalone VR, headset.
But you have to own the original copy of it now, don't you?
You have to own it on Steam. So
Okay.
it's cheap though. I mean, I think it was $3.99 when I got it. So I think it's still, I don't think it was on sale. I think it's still $3.99.
I might have to give that one a try.
You should. It's worth it. It's definitely worth a play. I don't know if it makes the top 25, but maybe next time, after you guys have had a chance to play it, I could definitely can be considered, swayed. I don't know if I'd put it over Moss or if I'd put it over.
So when it comes to Moss and
I'd put it over Beat Saber.
You put everything over Beat Saber.
I have a distaste for Beat Saber.
You would put VR Pigeons over Beat Saber.
Oh, we forgot VR Pigeons. How did we keep VR Pigeons off this list? Who doesn't want to walk around pecking like a freaking pigeon in the game? Talk about ways that people walking into a room watching you play VR that makes you look extremely stupid. Can you imagine playing VR Pigeons, packing your head like a goddamn pigeon, and have somebody walk in the room going, "What in the hell did you just do?"
Well, did you see that video someone posted in group the other day about playing VR naked and then realizing your buds are actually there and they catch you? And they're just looking at you like,
"Oh my god." I mean, I don't know how many times I have my own separate area down here. As you can see, it's like my bar area, my rec room. So I'm kind of lucky. But I mean, I remember originally when I started with the Quest, I was up in my living room, man, and I can remember how many times I would start like by myself, be in there, and just you get lost and involved. And by the time I go to take my headset off, it's 4 people sitting on the couch and in the chairs, and I'm looking at them. They're looking at me, going, "You look retarded, dude." Oh, God.
They just don't know. They just don't know.
Yeah, no, they just don't know. They just don't know. They don't get it. People that don't get VR just don't get VR. You know what I mean?
No.
I'm like, you can't even explain it. You try, but they just can't. You can't even. Guys, we have our top 25. We have our top 25.
Moss outbeat Warhammer. I'm taking
Must be Warhammer. Yeah.
It's understandable.
Maybe next time. Moss has been out for a long time. Next time, maybe more people will have played Warhammer, and yeah, we'll see.
It's understandable. That's a tough choice between the two, but I can accept that as the winner.
So, guys, what do you think? Do you think we try and put this list in order, or do we save it maybe for another time? We've been going quite a long. How long have we been going?
We've been at it for a little over 2.5 hours almost.
Not easy, right, man? It's not easy making these lists. That's what I keep telling everybody in chat, and anybody watching this video later. Make your list. Sit down. I mean, it's easy. It's easy for you to think in your head, "Oh yeah, I can make a top 25. No problem. It's easy." Make a list. Sit down and take a few minutes and actually make a list. It's not easy, man. It's not easy to do. Because you have games you're going to have to leave off your list that you love, and you're going to have games that you absolutely have to have on there, and you got to fight for each one. And
oh yeah, I mean,
it's a constant back and forth battle. That's why I ended up leaving Pop 1 off, because I had taken it off to move it to somewhere else, and I forgot to put it back in.
Yeah, I mean, I might have a top 200 list that wouldn't be too hard to make out, but top 25, that's a tough one.
Yeah. Darren Bedwell says, "Will the list get posted?" It will, Darren. If we once we have this list finalized, we will post it in the group. It'll go to number one. It'll go to our website. We have a new website out that Nick will pop up in the chat if you can here real quick to give everybody a link to our website. So yeah, we have a website to go to for you to go check it out, and it'll be there, and we'll also be at the top of our page, our group page. It'll be in topics. We'll put it under top 25. All-time games, and we'll keep updating it. So we'll do it. We did it this time, and then we will. I think what we'll do is we'll hold it here, guys, because it's been a long, and we've been keeping all these poor people this long time on a Saturday, and we all have things to do. Let's keep for our next one. We'll go through and we'll put it in order, and we'll have a new fight about which order they should go in. Right? That'll be fun. We'll keep it for next time, but we will have the list up for you guys. And yeah, it'll be up there in the topics, and we'll revisit it. So we'll do it this time, and then 6 months down the road, we'll do it again, and we'll probably have some new games by then, or some updated games, or some downloadable content on certain games, and I'm sure it'll be fluid. We might move stuff in. King Spray might make the list next time.
Well,
right?
not to include all the newly released games coming out by then.
Oh yeah,
too, so.
yeah. I mean, think about you think by the time we do this list next time, Resident Evil 4, bro, could be our
That
number
would be
one.
on my top 25. I mean, I
Until
was always a Resident Evil fan.
Until You Fall could be our number one. Yeah.
All right.
Until You Fall. This has been so much fun, man. I love talking VR with anybody, and especially when I get to do it with cool people like you guys. I love you guys. We are an amazing team, all of us here, and we work so hard on this group. And for us just to come on and just sit here and bullshit and have a good time and talk about VR and talk about the games that we love, I appreciate you guys doing this with me on a Saturday, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Appreciate coming on. Appreciate you having us on. And I was still a little bit early when we got started, but I think I'm awake now. So
hell yeah. Key, thank you for being on here, man. Key, this is Key's first time on. He has not been able to be on.
It was emotional, but it was good.
It was right. Key's all emotional because he wanted Smash Drums on the list, and now he's like, I'm a little upset that I didn't get my Smash Drums on the list. So
well, we can always revisit it. You never know.
Smash Drums.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, so guys, this was a lot of fun. I appreciate everybody being here. Let's give a key away, because I kind of said we were going to give a key away, and we kind of got busy, and we didn't get a chance to do it. Let's give it. What do you want to give away? We got some things to give away, Nick. What do you want to give away?
That's a great question.
Barry Kirk says contractors maybe later, please. Oh, contractors maybe, please. He wants to give a key away to contractors. We got a contractors key to give away?
We do have contractors keys. We have a lot of contractors keys to give away.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though. You know what? Over contractors, you guys seem to want to constantly keep talking about synth riders, and we do have.
We do have a lot of synth riders.
Away.
Let's do this. Did you talk to Aaron about a key for Larry?
No.
Okay.
Were we supposed to get him an ArcX? Because I thought you were going to give him something different.
We're going to give him an ArcX. Let's give Larry the contract. Larry,
Contractor's key.
Message me after the show, Larry, and we'll, instead of doing ArcXer, we will do the contractor's key for you. Okay. That way you get to get a game that you really want. And so we'll give you a contractor's key, and let's give a synth riders away. So, Key.
Don't even ask me for questions.
Key, you got a question you want to give to these people that they can answer to win synth riders?
A question.
Synth riders.
Right,
It doesn't have to be here on synth riders. We can ask.
A question about synth riders.
It doesn't have to be. It could be
question.
anything. It could be anything.
You can ask him what color George Washington's white horse was. You know.
Was it gray? Guys, we really need to come up with better questions. Seriously, chat. This has been so hard. It's so hard trying to figure out questions.
I posted the KIWI headset earlier, the new Elite strap, and KIWI currently have a code going for the 3rd birthday to get 25% discount. What's the code?
Ooh, that's a tough one. All right, let's try it. Guys, if you look in the group right now, if you look in our announcements, there is an announcement there by Key for KIWI giving away. They're giving away one of their elite head straps, and there's a code there for the head straps. There's a KIWI code. It's in the post. It's in the announcement sections.
25% off anything KIWI.
He said Abraham Oculus.
Abraham Oculus. So win synth riders, guys. Go take, if you need to. You're probably gonna need to go take a look. Quickly, somebody go in and take a look. If you want to win synth riders, look in our announcement section. Look under Key's announcement for the giveaway for the new Elite head strap, and tell us what the code is that you would use to get 25% off of KIWI products right now. There's a code that is listed there. We got to do something easier next time, guys. Oh my god!
Like give me high to the 20th.
Dylan Morrison's. I don't even know what I don't even know the code. Key, do you know the code?
Yeah, that's right. Dialing got already.
Wait a minute. Did you call him Dylan again?
I mean, yeah, that's Dylan. That's what I said.
Oh shit! Darren Bibble says KIWI Designs. It's close. But yeah, Dylan got it. It's third 25, and the third 25 is to celebrate KIWI's 3 years manufacturing products for VR. So
With a 25% discount.
yeah. Dylan Morrison says, "God damn it, Nick!" Dylan, he calls you Dylan because we talk about you. We were talking about you in the server the other day for being a mod in the server for Township Tales, and he's like, "Yeah, that it's Dylan's birthday because it was your birthday the other day." And I go, "Who the crap is Dylan?" And he goes, "Oh," I go, "Do you mean Dylan?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he does it all the time too, man. It's funny. I love it. And every time I laugh at him, and he's like, "Yeah, I know." But yeah. So who won that one again? It was
that was
it
Dylan,
Dylan?
wasn't it?
Okay, Dylan. See Nick
Yep.
after the show. Message Nick after the show, and he'll get you set up with your key. And
That was Synth Riders.
Synth Riders, yeah. And
Okay.
speaking of keys, thank you, Key, for being here, man. You're awesome. Let's do this again. We're gonna be with Key's gonna be on. It's gonna have to be these Saturdays when we do this. And my Oculus Delete strap is on its last leg, still more comfy than the Bobo though. He says Delete strap. I think he meant to say Elite, but it's kind of like
I think he went with Delete on purpose.
Wes,
you got to get you.
Did you see the other night, Wes? I've got my second Elite strap. I've got a crack in it. I got it taped up right now. It's on its last leg.
You know what hasn't broken? My deluxe audio strap. It's still in one piece.
I still have mine. I have mine sitting on my Quest right over here. It's here. It's on my original Quest. I still have an OG Quest. Do you guys have an OG Quest?
No, I never got the OG Quest because then
Still
they came
got my
out
OG, baby.
then they come out with the Quest 2 like 6 months after the OG.
I still love this thing. My daughter uses it all the time, and it's got the Elites. I have the deluxe audio strap on here, and these headphones are still probably the best headphones you're going to find for doing that. Les said it wasn't an accident when he said delete strap. Yeah, I know, man. Trust me, I know. But yeah, this is extremely comfortable, and the only reason I don't switch over is my daughter still uses this, and I would have to take this off, and I'd have to put the jock strap, or not even the jock strap. Remember the original rubber strap that came with the thing? I would have to try and get it back on, and this thing getting on and off is not easy, man. I mean, I remember when I put this on originally, I'm like, you had to do surgery to get this thing on here. But yeah, I love my Quest. I could have sold it, but I really wanted to keep it, number one, to kind of commemorate the Quest, because it was such a turning point for me and for most in VR. I've been into VR for a few years before this, but this really was.
That was really the first, standalone. I mean, I know they had the Google Cardboard and a bunch of those cheaper VR headsets, but as far as an actual really decent standalone, that was kind of it right there, wasn't it, for the first one? It was. And Wes says his VR ears are shipping this month, so the VR ears from Rebuff Reality. Wes got into the Kickstarter for those because they actually started out with a Kickstarter. He's been waiting for I don't know, Wes. It's been a year and a half or over a year, I think. Sometimes take a while.
We're at Wes. We're actually our community is actually partnered with Rebuff Reality right now, and they're sending me a set as well. Once they fill all their Kickstarters, they're going to send me a set as well, just so I can review them. But I'm looking forward to them as well. If they're half as good as what I think they're going to be, they're probably going to be a permanent fixture on my headset. But they're $130, man. They're not cheap. $130 for those things. But I think they're going to be that good. I'm hoping. So if Wes gets them before us, maybe he'd be willing to come on and talk about those VR ears before I can even get a chance to get them. Because again, I have to wait. All their Kickstarter people have to come first, which is the way it should be. So, but yeah, I still love my Quest, man. My daughter uses it quite a bit, and I jump in there once in a while just because it's nice to see the differences. You want to compare what a game looks like on the Quest to what it looks like now on the Quest 2.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well,
guys, this was fantastic. I appreciate it. Thanks for everybody for hanging out with us. It was a lot of fun. Let's do this again soon, and we'll be here Thursday, guys. Thursday night, 9 o'clock for our normal time. I don't know what we're gonna do yet, but we'll figure something out good. We don't really have a special guest or anything, and I've been talking to Wes from Virtual Strangers, and we're gonna do a Tuesday night one of these times because Tuesday nights are his night to be off from work because he works at night, and he has agreed to come on and hang out with us. So maybe we'll do that coming up soon. And but this week we'll do something special. I'm sure by Thursday I'll have something out. I'll get the post up today so everybody can follow it and come see us. Guys, have a great weekend. Be good.
being on here. Y'all take it easy now.
Take it easy, guys. Bye-bye.
Eric, you're still live.
I'm trying to